before that. Worked in the local shelter system before that. So too damn long.
Too damn long. Now, you were actually on the Dr. Phil show.
I was on Dr. Phil.
Now, how long ago was that?
That was 2011 as well.
That was 2011 when everything kind of kicked off.
That was right before the van, actually.
Oh, right before.
I was still in my car. I was working at St. Francis House and got a weird email. Didn't believe it until I looked at the URL that said paramount.com.
Wow.
Paramount.com.
Hold on, that might be real.
And they flew me out like 3 days later. Gave me $75 to the bar tab. Didn't know if I was going to make it to the show the next morning.
How was it? I mean, was it a good time? Did you enjoy it?
It was all right, man. I didn't understand why he flew me out there and put me up in a swanky hotel and everything, and then talked over me for like 5 minutes.
Really?
Yeah, changed my hair, made me wear makeup.
Oh, you had to wear makeup?
Yeah.
Really? You didn't go, no, I don't want that. They said, no, you're going to put that on.
I don't know, dude. I think they started embalming him like 15 years ago.
Yeah, no, I'm certain of that.
He is mummified, man, and that was 13 years ago?
Yeah. Now, what kind of makeup did they put? Did they put blush on you and eyeshadow and all?
It was the works.
I'd
gone and got my hair done. I used to wear Prada.
Yeah, right.
It was probably like when we first met.
Man, I watch Bar Rescue, and I don't know what's happened in the past couple of years, but they've got lipstick on John Tappert now, and I'm like, my bro, come on, man, that is gloss. You should not be wearing that, man. To my right here, you may know Chad Sledge. He is the owner of Piercings by Chad in Conway, right there where Primal Urge Tattoo is on Donaghy. How's it going, man?
Doing good. Good morning, everybody.
What's going on in the world of piercing this week?
Man, piercings.
Lots of piercings.
Piercings.
All right. Awesome. And to the right, it is rock star Ronnie James back in the studio with us today.
Morning.
Yeah, Ronnie is a very accomplished musician and rock star, and always has a take on something.
Oh, well, this morning I've been writing a song.
You've been writing a song?
I've been writing a song. I've been writing a country song.
A country song, even? Really?
Yes. I mean, I'm going back to my roots.
Yeah?
I'm from Arkansas.
Well, right. I get it. So, okay, well, I'd be, everyone's going country right now.
Yeah.
I mean, hell, Post Malone just dropped a country album.
Yeah.
Jelly Roll's half country. Who?
Yeah.
Beyonce did drop a country album. Yeah, she sure did. Yeah, she did. That country's the hot thing. If you remember in the 80s, rock encompassed most everything, pop, rock, and then there was country over here. Well, rock moved way over to the hard side, and country picked all that up.
Yeah.
So now pop and rock basically are in country, and then you have hard rock and metal over here.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that kind of how it's gone?
The country's kind of funny right now. It's
a lot of different things.
It's a lot of different things.
Yeah, it's been infused with many things.
Yes.
Yeah, well, they're calling real country Americana now.
Americana. What is that? Is that like Hank Williams?
Not the Nashville country. That's like outside of Nashville country.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Because it has influences from other things, or whatever.
Blues and soul.
Yeah, it's all music, baby. It's all music.
Music.
Let's see what do we have going on today. So today, of course, we have the Rant. Yeah, the Rant is back, baby. We're going to do that, and I'll debut the Rant cam today. We have a special cam just for the Rant, so you can get the anger up close and personal. And we've got a live performance from Vantage Ruins today. Now, their vocalist Luke Shoemaker is the one who sings the theme song for our opening.
Yeah,
so
awesome.
You'll get a chance to, very good guy. You get a chance to meet him and his partner and, talk about their music and their band. And then they're going to perform an acoustic song for the first time ever. And that's something we're going to be able to do more of here is more acoustic performances, a lot of bands coming in that we've got scheduled. And so I'm excited about that. And if all goes well for everyone else but me, at the end of the show, I'll be tased, which should be awesome.
Can't wait.
Did you wear your Pampers?
No, I didn't. But they did tell me I could fill the pants with a smush patty. It could happen.
Dude, I'm more excited about this.
Huh?
People are picking them up a lot better.
Oh, are they? Well, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Man.
I'm more excited about this laser thing than the time you let me dump a tractor load of ice water on your head.
What was that? Was the what was that
bucket
called?
challenge.
Ice bucket challenge. That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Into the farm.
He called me and he said, "Listen, man, I got what is that, a backhoe? What is that
It was
thing?
just a tractor front
A
end
tractor,
loader.
front end loader.
Saw that.
And he said, man, let me fill it with ice water and dump that on you. And I was like, okay.
Sign me up.
Man, was that cold, bro. Oh, my God, man. I guess that was like the ice plunge somewhat, yeah. Yeah, I hope that you can hear everybody better today. We made some more adjustments. You know, it's one of those things where it's kind of a work in progress to get everything where we want it to be. But I think for the first week, we've really got it dialed in by the end of the week pretty tight here, and it's sounding pretty good, man. Man, you guys were encountering some deer this morning. You said,
man.
Chad, you said there was a big buck out there.
About a 6 or 8 point on the side of the road, and we locked eyes. He was kind of like, "Are you gonna drive? Are you gonna jump? Are you gonna drive?" Kind of like a little standoff, or like sitting there staring.
What, he flip you the middle hoof and say, I wish you would? What
I kind
happened?
of felt it, man. Like he was a little
Now,
intimidated.
what's crazy is he told me that he called Bundy,
yeah.
because he was on his way to Bundy's house, and that and when he got to Bundy, he said, "Hey, man, there's a big buck there." And when Bundy left, he said he's still there.
Feels like he's still on the road.
He's
just
still
staring.
there.
He's just staring traffic down. Man.
Yeah, and Ronnie, you said you
Yes.
had that this
Yes,
morning.
I did. Right up my road. I mean, they are everywhere.
Yeah,
Yes,
so you
they're out.
probably ought to be careful.
Yeah.
Now, let me ask you: has anyone here ever hit a deer before?
I have
You're
twice.
trying to jinx us.
You have twice.
Twice.
Got hit by a deer on a 4-wheeler once.
Did you really?
Yeah.
A
Hit us
live
to
deer.
the side and flipped us. Yeah.
It flipped you.
Yeah.
Did you
Well,
get
how
the
did
deer at
that
least?
go? How did that happen?
No, the deer ran off, and my old man's laying there, cigarette still in his mouth.
Ain't gonna let that go.
We don't tell nobody about it.
You know,
Crazy.
I don't know. Was your dad like mine? He never used his hands to smoke. He'd park it right over here, and then he'd sometimes he'd just let it hang off his lip almost straight down, but it'd just be stuck there.
It's just a natural ash.
Yeah.
You don't have to ash that thing.
Yeah, no, it was just crazy how he could do everything, no hands with it.
If you got a beard, the ashes are just hanging in the beard.
Yeah.
That's gross, man. That is gross. Yeah, I've not ever hit a deer. I've hit a lot of things, but deers, I've never hit anything alive. Let me put it like that.
No.
I don't know what it is about them. They just, I mean, they see you and go towards you.
Well,
Right,
they're
right,
not very bright, to
No.
be honest with you.
Well,
I mean, you know.
Pretty much. No.
So when you hit the deer, what happened?
I kept going.
You kept going?
I kept going. I kept going.
Normally, that stops the car pretty good.
Well,
You must have had a good car.
I do. I mean, the licks it was horrible the way when I got home and I saw everything.
Yeah.
I mean, I had half his body inside my tire rim
Yeah.
because he hit just facial,
Yeah.
and it turned his body around toward my car.
Wow.
And when that happened, half of his body got wrapped up in my tire.
So what you're saying is you had dinner.
I had dinner.
Yeah, that's right. Just get the gravel out and you're good, right?
Yeah, right.
Some people will stop and pick it. You know, in some states, it's legal to get roadkill to cook it.
Bro, people will only stop if they hit an animal in this town. If you hit a human, no
no,
one
they keep
stops.
going. No,
no
no.
one
No
stops
one
here.
No, you just keep going.
I've had at least 5 friends died by a hit and run.
Really?
Yeah.
Are you
Yeah.
serious?
On the streets, yeah.
No
they
way.
do a lot of walking. Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy,
Yeah,
dude.
one right by our warehouse, man. Left her there to die. For real, true story.
That's crazy.
That
We'll
is,
stop and throw some roadkill in the truck, but
man,
we'll run
no
over each
doubt,
other,
man. Stop because somebody drops a chair out, and you'll stop to see if it's any good and put it in the truck. You know, Ronnie, you messaged me the other day and said that Duffy had you dumpster diving.
Yes, she did.
Why were you dumpster diving, man?
Well, we went to a yard sale over the weekend,
Okay,
and I ride by that road daily.
okay,
Well, the people stuck some of the stuff on the curb. Mm-hmm. So I'm driving by.
so in other words, they were done with the yard
Done
sale, and
with
it
the
was
yard
like
sale,
free stuff.
Free stuff.
Yeah.
So I text her, actually FaceTimed her. Well, she said, stop and FaceTime me and let me see what's on the curve. There I am in the middle of Chenal, FaceTiming her, looking at items on the side of the curve of the road, dumpster diving, in other words. Get that, get this, get that.
Oh, she was directing you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's pretty good stuff, too.
Well, it was pretty good.
Yeah, I just didn't have my tool bag with me because she wanted the table, and it was like humongous, but I didn't get it. I
No.
got some ugly fake plants, but It's what it is. I'll dumpster dive for her any day.
Okay, all right. Hey, listen,
Baby, can you hear that? I'll dumpster dive for you any day.
that's real love when you dump it out
Right,
for it.
right.
Look, if you have been injured, by the way, maybe worse, maybe just terribly, you deserve justice. You deserve the peace of mind that comes with knowing someone is going to fight for you as hard as they can. You deserve an attorney who's going to be your guide, your advocate, and your ally when you need it the most. That someone is Tim Reed. Tim Reed is a local guy, reedfirm.com. Great attorney. He's not a fictional character, okay? He's not just on a billboard with a dog or on a billboard holding up some kind of rig or, some stupid toothy grin on his face. I don't even know why you'd laugh about injuries, but he is someone who you can actually text, email, call, talk to. He's a human being, and all of his team are amazing. You can check him out at reedfirm.com or give him a call at 777-7333. Let's get to some news and stuff. Here we go.
Patrick and the Peeps.
You say elevator, I say fart locker. What?
All right, Gunnar, I'm going to try to put this bed under me here and see how that works. All right, so let me know if that's too loud. All right, so let's talk about a little bit of news here and see what's going on in the news. Man, what was that dude's name from One Direction? Liam. Man, what a sad story that is. Liam Payne, is that it? Yeah. What a sad story that is. They said, I guess they theorized he jumped from the third floor, but he had just been dropped by his record label.
Oh.
Yeah, man. How terrible is that? I mean, he must have just been in a bad place, man.
Oh, he was.
Yeah, that's a sad story, really, to be honest with you. I was, I hate that for him and his family and for everybody. I mean, even if you're not a One Direction fan, and I'm certainly not. Matter of fact, I couldn't identify a One Direction song in a lineup. But, let's talk about birthdays today. Mike Ditka. How do you think Mike Ditka is? Anybody guess?
Man, he's got to be pushing 80.
Okay. What do you think?
75.
I'll say
85.
85.
85, yeah. Wow. 85. Some people probably don't remember a show called Mork and Mindy.
Yes, I do.
Okay, well, the actress Pam Dauber, who played Mindy, is 73.
Wow.
Okay. Martina Navratilova, the Tennis Hall of Fame star?
Yes.
68. All right, John Claude Van Damme. Everybody knows him, action star. How old is John?
57.
Yeah, 63, baby.
Wow.
Bet he can still roundhouse kick.
I bet he can.
Yeah,
That's a
whoop
limber
your butt.
dude right there.
Yeah.
Dude can kick you straight in the face and never move.
Still do the splits like that.
Yeah. No, I'd lose a grape.
I would.
I'd lose a grape. I can promise you that. My wife got some kind of gizmo. It looks like a bicycle seat, but it's on the floor, and then it has the
Crank
thing.
it out.
Yeah. To be able to do
Yeah, I
the
know
split.
exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. I'm just like, hey, when are you going to get that out? I want to see if you can do the splits. Now, this guy's from Arkansas. A lot of people don't know that. Neo, the singer.
Yes.
Yeah, he's 45. Lindsey Vonn, the U.S. Olympic skier, she's 40. Zac Efron is 37 today. So I like Zac Efron. He seems like an actual laid-back cat. He's a lot of fun. I've seen him in a lot of movies I thought he was really funny in. He was funny in, Zach and Dave Need Wedding Dates, something like that.
Oh, yeah, I've seen that.
That's a really funny movie. He's great in Neighbors. 1 and 2. I like that.
Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Baywatch Wolf of Wall Street. You just like Margot Robbie. That's what that's about, isn't it? Come on, man. I mean, let's be honest about it. That's what it is. Okay, let's actually get to the news that's going to matter to you here, and I've got that teed up. So here we go. Okay, so we've got some early snowfall in Vermont. Winter here for parts of upstate New York and Vermont. Yesterday, the earliest a foot of snow fell on Mount Mansfield, the highest peak in Vermont, 15 inches on the summit of Whiteface Mountain in New York's Adirondack Mountains. Is that what the chair's named after, the Adirondack Mountains? The National Service in Burlington, Vermont said it's the earliest foot of snow since 2010, so probably good skiing going on. Instagram rolling out a new feature aimed at protecting teens from sextortion scams. That's good.
Sextortion.
That's when scammers.
Extortion.
Yeah, that's when the scammers threaten they'll share intimate photos of the user unless they get some form of payment. Parent company Meta said one of the features expected soon is prohibiting the ability to screenshot or record temporary images as well as photos sent via direct message. Allow replay and view once photos won't be allowed to be opened on desktops. And they're also teaming up with a crisis text line to support people who fall victim to it. And that would be pretty horrifying. But, you know, I mean, I never sent anyone a nude picture. I never took a nude picture of myself.
No.
Gunner said that's not true.
That's not true.
I got something off your hard drive. Well, I forgot about that one. So check this out. Taylor Swift is going to have South Florida seeing green, not red, with the first 3 of Era tour dates tonight at the Hard Rock Stadium. Her concert last year injected more than $300 million, nearly $100 million into L.A. and Cincinnati economies, respectively. Dr. Elise Lancaster, who teaches a class called The Mastermind of the Taylor Swift Brand at the University of Miami. That's a course, people. That's a course.
Really?
Yes. Wow. This is why that college degrees aren't working out so good anymore, because you can take a course called The Mastermind of the Taylor Swift Brand. Anyway, they said her fans have no, quote, bad blood because she spent her career building a loyal fan base. Yeah, no, she does. She is talented, I'm not going to lie, but, man, her marketing machine is amazing.
What's the curriculum of that?
I was kind of wondering the same thing. Like, that's
Seriously. What
do you think the curriculum is, man? Nothing.
Nothing.
Talking about Taylor Swift for an hour, bro.
Oh, my God.
Canadian Olympic snowboarder Ryan Wedding allegedly decided to go a completely different direction after retiring, became a drug lord. Wow. Now, that is a turn. The FBI is looking for him. He's under investigation for 8 felonies, including conspiracy to distribute and possess controlled substance, export cocaine, murder with criminal enterprise and drug crime, attempted murder. The FBI offering a reward. They think he's hiding in Mexico.
There's 3 of them.
Mexico.
They hadn't caught.
3 of them they haven't caught?
Yeah, there's 3 of them, plus him.
Oh, okay.
But, 2 tons.
2 tons
You should have seen the
of
tail.
cocaine?
Yes.
Man, that's a lot of
booger
cocaine.
sugar.
A lot of cocaine.
That is a lot of cocaine, man. The Biden administration announced yesterday another $4.5 billion in student debt going to be canceled for 60,000 teachers, nurses, firefighters, and others. According to the Department of Ed, over $73 billion in loans have been forgiven for more than 1 million borrowers under this public service loan forgiveness program. That was signed into law by George Bush back in 2007. The Supreme Court voted 6-3 last year to block another plan by the administration to forgive debt of more than 40 million people. A 5-day operation at the beginning of the month resulted in 157 human trafficking arrests in Polk County, Florida. Yeah, that's a lot.
That's a lot.
Sheriff, I mean, they've really been cracking down. I mean, you're seeing a lot of this going on right now.
Yeah.
You know, no diddy. Sheriff Grady Judd said in a press conference yesterday that Operation Autumn Sweep was planned to last longer than 5 days, but the hurricanes interrupted that. Most of the suspects were involved in illegal acts related to soliciting prostitutes, committing prostitution, aiding and abetting. 4 possible human traffic victims identified during the operation, and 1 trafficker apprehended. The Texas Supreme Court, shortly before he was set to become the first person put to death for a murder conviction tied to shaken baby syndrome.
Yes.
The Supreme Court halted the execution last night. Robert Robertson, convicted of killing his 2-year-old daughter back in 2002. That was scheduled to, he was going to get the juice about 6 p.m. local time in Huntsville, but they halted that from the court. A bipartisan group supported stopping it, saying the conviction might be based on faulty scientific evidence.
They said the baby died of pneumonia.
Really? Yeah. Not shaken baby syndrome?
I saw that baby had been to the hospital 40-something times.
Yeah.
previously.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
For,
That's what I saw on
did it say, was it health or was it abuse? Or
It was health.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they were so
it was already unhealthy.
and the dad, he was diagnosed with autism, and that's why he didn't have.
the
emotion
empathetic
when it
emotion.
happened.
No, I can understand that.
So
I mean,
they're like, it's just all awful circumstance.
yeah. There's a guy my wife loves, and they call it crashing out, but they kind of pimp him, troll him, and then he just snaps, and he starts, and everybody enjoys watching him yell and scream and crash out. But I'm like, man, is that really healthy for this guy? Is that really
can't be.
the way that you want to go on that? I mean, I don't know, man. The Federal Reserve may have dropped interest rates, but the mortgage industry going the opposite direction. The average 30-year mortgage rose this week to 6.4%. That's up from 6.32, but a year ago it was 7.63. So it's still down. Polls officially opened for early voting in North Carolina. That's got to be a mess with the hurricane stuff over there. 76 early voting sites opened to the 25 western North Carolina counties listed in the disaster declaration. FCC has approved geo-routing for the suicide lifeline. What is geo-routing? Anybody know? I'm not sure. Let's see what it says. The FCC approved new rules affecting that lifeline. The new rules require all wireless carriers put geo-routing into place for calls to the number. Okay, so it routes calls to the closest crisis center, which they have over 200 of. Officials say most calls. Ollie Thomas was able to talk a man standing on the ledge of the Lincoln Bridge and convince him not to jump. He used his experience as a retired firefighter to bond with the guy. He was wearing a firefighter shirt. And after their conversation, the guy climbed back over the side of the bridge safely. Well, that's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
That's a win.
Man, what is your teenage kid doing? I know what mine was doing, avoiding cleaning their room and probably looking at things they shouldn't have been. In Snellville, Georgia, 14-year-old Suresh Subhash was named America's top young scientist. He invented a handheld device that detects pesticide residue on produce. The 3M Discovery Education Competition offers mentorship and a $25,000 prize to the winner. He was inspired by past winners, and I wish my kid was inventing stuff like that. Yeah, he was probably inventing new ways to get money.
Right.
Does anybody watch the show The Penguin? It's got Colin Farrell. He's in that kind of a fat suit. It's a DC comic thing, Well, if you haven't, you might want to check it out. It's more than just another superhero villain story, apparently. It's much more of a gangster story like The Sopranos. Yeah. But this fourth episode is one of the highest ever rated episodes for a TV show in history. That's kind of wild. I don't know what was going on with it, what's happening in it.
What is that, Netflix or something?
It's actually on Max.
Oh.
Yeah, on Max. Okay, let's talk a little bit of sports here. Let's talk about the top 10 players ranked in the NBA right now. You've got Jokic, Luka Doncic, Giannis, SGA, Jason Tatum, Steph Curry, LeBron James, Joel Embiid, Kevin Durant, and Anthony Edwards. You might say, wow, LeBron James has moved down to 7, but you realize LeBron James has been playing in the NBA for like 21, 22 years now?
Yeah.
I know.
It's a long time.
Now, unfortunately,
He don't have a ring yet, does he?
Yeah, he got a ring.
He's got a ring?
Yeah, he's got 3 or 4 of them, I think.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
he's doing all right in the ring category.
He's
got
lost.
3. I think
He's
got
lost
3.
right now. No one's.
Well, now their team, the Lakers suck right now.
Yes.
Yeah, and they spent what money they did have to get Bronny, his son, who is about as good as I am. I'll be honest with you. As a matter of fact, I think I might could score a little more than he does.
Can you beat him in horse?
Huh?
Can you beat him in horse?
I probably could. I don't want to say it, but yes, I could. All right, check this out. This is a neat milestone. Going to be a long, plentiful year of new records from the Great Eight. Every game last season, it seemed he was passing some sort of legend in some sort of scoring category. Not slowing down this season. Talking about Ovi, he just became the 6th player in NHL history to hit the 700 mark. 700 and 700 is insane because of how great a goal scorer he is. Sometimes people don't think on his playmaking ability, so that's pretty amazing that he was able to reach that record. And over in the NFL right now, talk about what the top 5 quarterback rankings are. Number 5 is Josh Allen at Buffalo. He's killing it. C.J. Stroud is number 4 over at Houston. He was at Ohio State. He was a Buckeye. Joe Burrow doing pretty good at Cincinnati, number 3. Pat Mahomes is number 2. Who do you think number 1 is? Anybody guess?
Not Rodgers, is it?
No, hell no. Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Over in Baltimore, yeah. Man, that's a very talented dude right there. He is a great.
Lamar?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's bad.
And man, he can run. He can do it all,
He
man.
can do it all.
The NFL owners approved the Jaguars' new $1.4 billion stadium renovation project. Do they bring in enough money for that?
I don't know.
When's the last time they had a winning season?
No.
I don't even know who's over there at quarterback.
Trevor Lawrence, wasn't it? Yeah.
Is that right, Trevor Lawrence?
Pretty sure that's right.
Okay. All right. Well, let's change the topic up here. Let's do something different.
Brought to you by the new herpes. If you have old herpes, new herpes is better. It's herpier.
Patrick and the people.
All right. So I think that a lot of people. Oh, by the way, let me mention this. Something really cool that's going to start tomorrow. It's a brand new feature that we're going to have outside of this show. We're going to have a live Saturday stream. It's called Patrick's After School Special. And in that, instead of this kind of format, it's just one-on-one, me interviewing. In this case, we'll be interviewing Mike Baldwin, a comedian, a national comic, very funny guy. And I spent, I don't know, about a half hour, or I'll spend about a half hour interviewing him, and then we'll air that live on Saturday. So if you're looking for a little extra content, you can check that out. By the way, we're now... after the show, it rolls over to Spotify. It rolls over to iHeart. That's right, suckers. That's right. Hey, you like that? Huh?
The Soul Takers.
Yeah, that's right.
So
it's everywhere now, man. I mean, we're on Kick, we're on Twitch. I mean, there's no format we're not on. Now, if you're looking for a listen-only option because you're driving, you don't want to be distracted by video, you can go over to our website. We've got a listen-only option right there available for you anytime. If you're looking for all of the social medias that we're on or the sites we're on, you can also go over to the website, and they're all linked under there for you. You can see them. You can, if you want to do it on X, if you want to do it on Facebook, Rumble, it doesn't matter where you want to see it. You can see it over there. Now, I'd kind of teased when I guess on Monday when I came in that I was going to lay out the story of what went down at the station that sold its soul. And I guess now is as good a time as any to lay some of this stuff out. And listen, let me just say this. I'm not bitter in any way. I don't have bitterness, and I'm not going to just roll the bus. What I am going to do is I'm going to lay these facts out, and you can make your own conclusion of what went down. Now, in order to tell the story, I have to go back in time, okay? I have to go back in time to where it all started. And it all started with the Angry Patrick bit, the rant. And so I would come in on Fridays once a week to the studio and do that bit. And I did that bit for 7 years, every Friday, and rain or shine. And I was never paid for that. That was something I volunteered to do. And I had a reason. I had an ulterior motive. I wanted to be in radio. Yeah. Right? And it worked out. It worked. The plan worked. The evil plan worked.
Perfectly.
Yeah, it really did. It did. It worked well. And so I, when Jay retired, my number got called up, and there were 121 other people that applied for that role. So, it was a blessing to get it, and I was always thankful for it, right? So, we motored on, and about 3 years in, we started talking about the possibility of adding a third person to the show in some capacity, particularly a female. Because we were talking about, hey, times are evolving a little bit, and maybe we need a female voice, a little bit more of that on there. And we were kind of talking about it, and I said, well, look, my wife's a comedian. She's really funny. Why don't we try to, bring her on here and there? Well, 3 years in, and he wasn't really, at that moment, Corey didn't seem fond of that idea. And, I'm only 3 years in. I'm not, it's not my show right now. It's still more of the old show than it was what it would become, right? So we postponed that, and about 3 years later, it came back up. And this time, I did feel more ownership in the program. I mean, we had better ratings than we'd ever had in the history of the show. Yeah. We're number one, not, just doing good. We were doing great. Right. We were doing phenomenal. We had the biggest social media of any station there was. Yeah. And I was the social media manager for that. And so I felt like I had exceeded all the expectations. And believe it or not, as much of a screw-up as I seem to be, I'm a pretty good employee. I show up, I do my job. Yeah. I'm a clown, but I'm going to work. You won't outwork me, I promise. So, at that point I said, hey, if we're going to talk about a female, we need to talk about Laura. We really do, because she's been coming in. She's, filling in for you now when you're out. The audience really digs her. They're down with the vibe. And I think we should talk about that. And I got a lot of, he was not wanting to hear that. And so I kind of pushed back, and he said, listen, I don't want to be pushed out of my own show. And I got that. I had to stop for a second and go, okay, look, let's be honest here. One beam is difficult to manage. Two beams may be impossible. Okay, and I get that. Both of us have very strong personas.
Yes.
She's more feral than I am, and so maybe that was scary. And look, that dude is about control, right? You know that from listening. You know that. You've heard the guy for years. Yeah. He needed control in the studio to feel comfortable, and I got that. And that represented to him, maybe out of control, right? So I didn't like it, but I understood where he was coming from, right?
Yes.
So she continued to, fill in and do all that. And I had spoken with, my boss, it was Kevin. Yeah. Before that, it was Jeff Cage.
Yeah.
And I talked to him about it. I talked to Kevin Cruz many, many times about it. I talked to my boss's boss about it. This is what I'd like to do in the future, and we had many conversations about it, of which everybody was on board. So much so that my on-air partner said, I tell you what I'll do. Here's what I will do. A year before I retire, I'll give you the heads up, okay? And then we'll start bringing her in on Friday, kind of like Jersey, and integrate her into the show. Because I said, listen, I know that you may want to retire, but I'm still probably going to want to go another 10, 15 years. Yeah, there's an age difference, right? And I'm still doing my thing, right? And so I want to set it up where that everybody understands that this is the transition. They can get used to it, and set the show up for success in the future. And so, we had that agreement between us, right?
Yeah.
All right, now let's fast forward to the day, D-Day. And so anybody who's ever been up to that studio probably knows that by that point, the only morning show in the building was that show. That was the only one. There was literally, he and I were the only two people in that building in the morning. No one else. Not a single other show, not another person, not a manager, just us. So, but I had, visual on the front door. And so when it binged and I looked and I started seeing, boom, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 brass. 6 of the managers roll in.
Not good.
People I hadn't even seen before.
Yeah.
And I looked at him and I said, bro, this might be it. We may be done, man. And he goes, what are you talking about? And I said, listen, we're the only ones here, and 6 managers just walked in. What does that tell you?
Yeah.
I said, it's time, baby. And he goes, there's something I got to tell you.
What?
Okay, what's that? I'm retiring. Oh. When? End of the year. Now, this is October.
Yeah.
This is October.
You're like 2
Now,
months.
you don't understand that a show like that, or this, or that kind of show, the way that show is built, there's so much what they call imaging. It's all the sounds that happen between where it says, da-da-da-da, Patrick and the people.
Yeah, right.
Or, all these different sounds that are integrated that are branded to the show.
Yes.
And that production, to do that, takes a lot of time. So if you're going to transition to a different show, you have to have a good window of time to make these things, to build these things, to promote, to, build all these sweepers and all these different things. And so now my head's spinning. I'm like, 3 months, but I can do it. I know I can do it, right? So I say, well, let's go, let's go sit down and talk about this, And so we sit down, and it's me, Kevin, and Kevin's boss. So my 2 bosses and me, right? And I said, man, so y'all ready for the next chapter? You ready to make this move? Ready to take it to the stratosphere? I got plans. And they said, well, we don't have a budget right now for a new host. I'm like, well, didn't that guy, isn't he retiring? I'm pretty sure he's got a budget way more than mine.
Right.
Yeah.
Because Patrick didn't make that kind of money.
Yeah.
That's the old radio money right there. Ain't nobody anymore getting in radio making that money. Oh, I promise you that. Nobody is signing up today. If you're not Ryan Seacrest or Bobby Bong or whatever his name is, Pool Kid, if you're not a long-time legacy radio person, you're not making that kind of money. And I certainly wasn't. But I was like, so I know there's budget there. But, okay. I said, so what do you got in mind? And they said, well, we think we got it worked out. We think we're going to put you with Kevin. I said, this Kevin? Right here beside me? Yeah. It's this guy. I said, I love this guy. He's awesome. He is awesome.
That's not Laura.
He's awesome. I said, but he's not done a morning show before, and it takes a little while to get your feet under you because you're not just going between songs and talking about a band for a second. You've got to carry 5, 6, 7 minutes of conversation, and not just conversation. It has to have a compelling value to
Substance.
it, right? It has to have some meat, something that's going to be either make you laugh or be compelling, right?
Yes.
Right.
And so I'm like, here's the problem. The problem is the show that we have now, it's predicated on two people who couldn't be more opposed to each other. Yes. We're diametrically opposed. We agreed on almost nothing.
Nothing.
Almost nothing. That made for good conversation and debate, right?
It did.
I said, me and this guy, he's like a bro. Nobody wants to hear two people agree on everything. Yes. That's not cool. That's not going to be fun. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah, you're right. Oh, yeah. No, that's not entertaining to me. I said, but I got a plan, and let me put something together and come back to you guys. And so I did. I went home, and I had it kind of prepared anyway, but I created a blueprint, literally a blueprint, like an architectural plan of how we would execute this show and take it into the future, okay? And how that it would surpass the ratings we had, the things, the ideas I had, the visions I had. And I said, so, what I'd like to do is, Kevin, that's great. Kevin will be perfect. Let's leave him in the Corey seat. Just add a Laura over here on this chair right here. And then, you'll have two pros, the veterans, and the new girl, right? But we can keep her in the lines. That's no problem. We can show her the ropes, and that'll be great. And they said, well, we don't have any budget for that. And, we're not really big on married couples.
Oh, man.
And I said, well, first of all, no one's ever said that in, however many years it's been now, nearly, at that point, 19 and a half years. And no one's ever even squeaked that to me. But don't think I hadn't thought ahead, because I had. And I said, yeah, we talked about that. I've already talked to an attorney. We can be single by the first of the year. It's not a big deal. But I told him, I said, it's not a big deal. It's a piece of paper. It doesn't define our relationship. Right. So if that is an issue legally, I can, resolve that for you in about 30 days. I've already got my attorney on speed dial right now, ready to rock. Oh, we can't do that. Why not? Sure you can, And so we kept talking. I came back to him again because they were stuck on the money. And I said, okay, here's what I want you to do then. Don't give her a contract. Do not give her a contract. I get it. She's, to you, she might seem unproven. How that's possible, I don't know. I mean, she's been on the program for 8 years. She's been to co-host. She was co-host on the Arkansas, the Arkansas part of it. She was at every event, I think, that we had, and volunteering her time and being part of that family that we generated. We made a family there, and she was part of it, part of that DNA. And I said, so here's what I want you to do. Pay her $10 an hour, 4 hours a day for 6 months. That's nothing. iHeart could shit that. Yeah. Okay, that's nothing. $10 an hour, 4 hours a day for 6 months. At the end of that 6 months, I said, if the ratings and the advertising doesn't justify it, we'll let her go and I'll finish my contract with a smile. How about that? No, we got to have a contract. Can't do that. Okay. I went through 3 more offers. The last offer was this. This was the last offer because it was never about money for me, ever. I didn't ask for a raise. I didn't ask for an increase. I asked for nothing for me at all.
Just wanted the show to work.
I just wanted because I know if I make the right show, everything else will fall into place, right?
yes.
That's all you got. You got to make the program. Everything else will come. So I wasn't concerned about whether the ratings or any of that would be there. I knew it would. There was no doubt in my mind it was going to be there. You know, she's a feisty, spicy chick, and people love seeing her bust my balls.
Yeah.
It's fun.
It's
you know,
fun.
I get that.
Yeah.
So in that moment, I said, you know, here's what I'll do. Here's the fine. And this is about we're into, you know, the end of November. I've got zero time almost to make a new program between here and there. I said, so here's what I'll do. You guys do this, okay? I'll take the show with Kevin. Just let Laura be a guest. Come in like Jersey does, you know, because Jersey can't come in anymore. Health issues. He has health issues. But I said, let her come in like that. I'll use the TalkBack app to bring her in otherwise. And then after a year, if ratings and everything are good, you give her a contract. And they said, we can't commit to that.
Oh.
And I said, okay. And they said, this is where it went south. They said, but if you just want a female, we can do a nationwide search. I said, hold on. Back up a second. I said, so what you're telling me now is that I could have anybody but her. That's right. I said, no, I'm good. Let me get out of this contract. I don't want it anymore. I'm done. Just let me out. And they did. It was a little contentious, to be honest with you. And I had to sit 6 months and not say anything and not do anything in that time.
Yeah.
You know. Now, let's fast forward back just a little bit because everything I told you wouldn't necessarily by itself make me harbor some resentment towards my former partner. But what really, really pissed me off and really mentally screwed with me a lot. Because, you know, when you ride with someone for 20 years,
20
right?
years.
20 years,
Yeah,
right?
right.
You ride with someone for 20 years and you're loyal and you're good to them and you work hard and you bring positive in their life in the form of, you know, better income, better ratings, all of those things, right? I felt like we were good, you know. I mean, look, no joke. We didn't hang out outside of the show. I mean, we're not the same kind of cats.
Yeah.
You know, we don't like the same kind of things. You know, I'm not into mountain men and gold panning and all that stuff, whatever that is. You know, that's not my bag, you know. But what really, the icing on the cake for me that really set it in was that when he made his announcement to everybody, he also announced he had written a book with a chapter in it about me, which we did not discuss.
Wow.
Oh, no.
And that's fine. I don't care. It's his right. But I'm like, hold on. You had 6 months to write this book, including a chapter about me. But you couldn't come to your partner of 20 years and give me the heads up that you had met with them and already agreed to this 9 months before. 9 months. Sat on that. Everybody sat on that on me. And I know why. Because they already knew they weren't going to let her come. And they were gambling. They did gamble on that I would be like everybody else and in the end go, okay. I'll just do what you want, you know. Because most folks in the industry can't do anything but that. But that wasn't me. You know, I had a long-term career before I came in. And so I was like, no, I don't have to have it. I'm not bluffing, y'all.
Dude knows how to go get that money.
Yeah, no, I will.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm not bluffing. You need to understand, the guys, I'm not going to back down at the end of this. If we can't work this out, I'm not staying. And I went door to door. And when I say that, I mean, I went to every single person in that building on the sales team, the management team, everybody, and said, listen, here's my plan. If you work with me, we can make this magic happen, and it'll be amazing for everyone. We'll do things we've never done before. And all of them were like, yeah. But when the chips were down, no. They all disappeared like a fart in the wind.
Yes.
You know, they were all gone. And so to me, it was very, very disappointing, disillusioning, and it was a real mind. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because, you know, all these people that I've been working with all these years, and I've stood beside, worked beside, helped, you know, been in the trenches together, and they just gone.
But they knew all the time.
They did, and that's the problem that I have.
That's the problem.
Yeah, and that's why that I have, that's why I'm here now, because I decided, you know what, I'd rather gamble on myself and do it my way and do the show I want to do than I'm going to do what you want to do over there at, the station that sold it sold. Yeah. So, there's no hate in what I'm saying. I'm just telling you the facts, and with that, you can do what you want, believe what you want, but those are the facts as they were in my life. Yeah. And I still, to this day, think it was the dumbest decision that could have been made over there. Yeah. I think they shot themselves in the foot. Yeah. But, hey, what do I know? All right, hey, you know what it's time for? The Rant Cam.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, we're getting ready to do that. You ready?
That wasn't it.
No,
Just getting him started.
This is Patrick and the people, bitches. We ain't playing music here. Get back to the jaw jacket.
All right, let's do this. I'm going to switch over to this cam right here. Oh, yeah, that looks right, doesn't it? And let's see, here's the new theme from the guys at, Luke Shoemaker did this for us. He remade our theme because it had some numbers in it that are no longer applicable. I think you'll figure it out. Let's do this.
He's Patrick, he's an angry SOB. Patrick, are you freaking kidding me? Patrick, right here on PATB. Suck it, man, this guy is really pissed. Angry Patrick.
All right, let's get to it. Scientists in California have turned a sci-fi-like idea into reality. A company called REM Space has successfully achieved two-way communication between two people who were both asleep and lucid dreaming. The experiment worked by transmitting a word to the first person, who repeated it in their dream and shared that word with the other person, who shared that word when they woke up. Well, this is the great thing about science, isn't it? Are you freaking kidding me? You mean the one and only place I have left to go where my privacy isn't being violated by every greedy mofo on the planet? So what? Now I'm in the middle of a delicious dream involving my wife and a cartoonishly buxom set of twins who somehow keep running their thunder pumpkins into each other, but now have brought their mobile dairy farms to the bed. Diddy's baby oil collection is magically transported to my bedroom, a bottle in each hand. I'm just about to load them up like the Exxon Valdez oil spill when my wife leans in and says, "We've been trying to reach you about your extended vehicle warranty." No! Now the twins have disappeared. My wife's been replaced with some mustachioed infomercial clown who looks like Mike Lindell, and there I am still buck naked and half mast, and Mustache Boy is telling me he'll bounce out of my dream as soon as I make a choice between Powertrain and Powertrain Plus. And I'm like, if I agree to buy a warranty, will you bring back my wife and the Jiggle twins? Nope. I magically transport to a window where I see the double mint double D's and my wife getting into my neighbor's SUV. And in this dream, Ryan Reynolds is my neighbor. Thanks a lot, Car Shield. You scientists don't think I get enough emails from work at night? Now my boss can just pop up in the boat in my fishing dream and say, "I need you to come in 15 minutes early to help prepare for the team building exercise." That's great, Bob. Now I've lost my largemouth trophy bass and somehow I'm naked again. And the boss has the whole team pointing at a man missile, which is returned to the silo because it's cold at the lake. The last thing I need is to be fighting off some psycho killer in my dream for my wife to pop up and ask if I remembered the trash because tomorrow's trash day. Hey, you see I'm about to die here? And what does she say? "Well, I'll kill you myself if the trash doesn't go out." I'll tell you what, scientists, you better have a dome around your dreams or I'm showing up riding a dragon, toting a magical can of whoop ass. Next up, the holidays are almost upon us. I have some great news. DiGiorno bringing back their Thanksgiving pizza for a limited time. You need to find a Kroger store to purchase one since it's only going to be there exclusively. What a phenomenal way to get your turkey day on. The DiGiorno Thanksgiving pizza features Detroit-style crust. It's topped with roasted turkey, green beans, gravy sauce, cranberries, cheddar cheese, and crispy onions, and it's Only $9.99. Are you freaking kidding me? You may as well just roll out some dough, hold it out, punch your brother-in-law as hard as you can in the stomach, whatever he throws up, just slap it in the oven for 15 minutes at $1,400. You think after everything the Pilgrims and Indians had gone through, a slice of DiGiorno would have helped bring peace? Hell no. Sitting Bull would have been called Shitting Bull. If the Pilgrims served that up, the chief would have told him he was going to get the peace pipe, but would have returned with warriors and a spear to shish kebab you and all your silly belt buckle hat wearing friends. While we're at it, what's with the hat with the buckle? How long did it take you to realize the buckle needed to be on your pants? No wonder the Indians didn't like you. I'd automatically hate you if I saw you with a belt buckle on your hat or those stupid flowy collars on your lady man shirts. You may have well gone to the outhouse, rolled out the pizza dough, squatted down and perched a plumpy right in the middle, throw it in the microwave for 2 minutes and yell, "Happy Thanksgiving!" And yes, I know Pilgrims didn't have microwaves, Mr. Smart Guy, but this is my angry fantasy. So not only they microwave the pepperoni pizza, they also fax you a picture of their middle fingers and a cave painting that shows you and your fat friends Isaac and Bartholomew all on one spear over a fire with potatoes and onions between you. And that is an appropriate ending for anyone who brings that Thanksgiving atrocity to your home. And finally, would you love to have a piece of history? In one of the most unexpected, fascinating archaeological discoveries, the Lloyds Bank coprolite holds the title of the largest preserved human poop ever unearthed. Measures 8 inches long, 2 inches wide, believed to have been produced by a Viking in the 9th century AD. This extraordinary artifact's got global attention. It's now valued at $39,000. They say it offers a unique window into the everyday lives of Vikings, shedding light on their diet, health, and living conditions. Isn't that fascinating? Are you freaking kidding me, man? And just when you thought the grossest thing you'd hear about was that Thanksgiving pizza, looks like a sickly Viking literally honked a dirt snake all over your hopes and dreams today. First things first, do you think whoever found it immediately turned it over to science? Or do you think maybe it spent a year or two in prank rotation? Like when Rolf Svensson found it, he was like, "By Odin's beard, if this not be that of a petrified stench serpent, I shall smite my brother with this comedy." And wouldn't you know, a few hours later, as the extended families are gathered at the fountain, Bjorn Svensson comes out of the door and exclaims, "A festering barnacle on the bearded balls of Hades, one of you are. Nay, which of you foul cretins shitteth on my thinking rock?" But jokes aside, somehow, some way, this Danish doo-doo log made it all the way from the 800s. Not the 1800s, the 800s. And it's allegedly the largest preserved human poop ever. Come on. 8 inches long, 2 inches wide. I could see that in any Waffle House bathroom in America. I've seen curlers that L at the bottom of the bowl and stand out of the water, and this baby butt nugget is the biggest discovered Viking dump in history. 8 inches long, 2 inches wide. You bring shame on your entire family. I assume this must have been a weak, dying Viking. Is that what this represents? Because that poop doesn't make me think Viking conquerors. It makes me think less Thor and more dainty hands and basket weaving. Meanwhile, I had a big bowl of oatmeal and a large coffee, so based on my math, I'm about to crank out a $100,000 crispy coily. It's literally history in the making. Bitters, get ready. That's right, baby. All right. How about that? First one out of the box.
That's dope.
On the new show, baby. We did that.
Awesome.
We did that. Well, was it all right?
Yes, it was.
Not too bad. I had to knock the rust off the wheels a little bit. It's been a little while since I was yelling at people. You know?
Great at
Get
it.
out, man.
All right.
8 inches isn't even a bowl wrapper, is it?
Right.
No, man, it's terrible. That's embarrassing. That's an embarrassment to the family. Yeah, no, I would definitely. I'm out. All right, let's get to a sponsor here that we need to talk about. I want to talk about Legion Scaffold, and I'm very thankful to them. Legion Scaffold Broadcast Studio. Look, if you are a construction company, or maybe you're a church, or different things that might need scaffolding. A lot of churches, you have to change the lights in the vestibule that are so high up, or maybe you're a construction company on a historic building that you cannot get too close to, or maybe it's in a precarious situation on the highway where you need scaffolding. These guys can do it. You can go to legionscaffold.com, and I'm going to tell you what, man, they are the best at what they do. So if you're in need of scaffolding, be sure and check them out. And of course, Fitz Auto. You got to always go to Fitz Auto. Look, if you need a late model, low mileage vehicle, just go over to 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock. They will trade for anything, by the way. I've seen them trade for a lot of things that aren't vehicles. So you can do that. They can work with you on your down payment. They work with you on your monthly payment. Even if you've had difficult credit, they can still help you. Trust me, I know. We've gotten 7 vehicles from them between me, my wife, my kids, and every one of them, I can tell you, have been great vehicles. I've not ever had a single issue with any of them. I'm not going to say there've never been any, but I haven't had any, and I don't think you will. I think you're going to get a good quality car or truck or boat or RV or camper or motorcycle or ATV. They have all of that stuff. So check them out, fitzauto.com. You can even apply right there or go down to 8421 Stagecoach Road in Little Rock.
Drop off some donations for the van there while you're at it.
You sure can.
Permanent drop-off site.
It is a drop-off site for the van, so that is right. If you have, what all kinds of stuff can they drop off, by the way?
And anything that's not overly bulky, but we really need men's pants and anything under about a size 36 in the waist right now. Really bad. Yeah, we can't get, we got people trying to go to work. They can't get,
Okay,
we have no denim. So bring on the denim.
Let's resolve that. So they need pants that are 36 and below.
Yep.
Okay, so if you've got old pants, 36 and below, then you can take them to Fitz Auto. You can bring them right here to Legion Scaffold in North Little Rock, drop it off here. Where else can they bring it to?
Bella Vita Jewelry, downtown Little Rock, 6th and Main. Profectus Athletics on JFK in North Little Rock. Parkway Automotive in West Little Rock, or our warehouse at 4500 West 61st Street.
Man, that's pretty awesome. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's do this. Too many buttons now. Too many buttons.
This is the segment, not like the other. People do stupid shit, you say, oh brother. Hey, it's not a copy or a clone of any previous bit. But if you think so, hey, we don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, it's the best song in the history of time. Right there. What are you talking
Singing.
about?
They do
If I
singing.
released that on iTunes, it'd be number 1. In video released by the Seattle PD, an officer rescued a seriously injured man from the path of an oncoming freight train. Police said they tried to talk to the man. He was experiencing a mental health crisis down from a ledge around 25 feet above the train track, but he slipped and fell. So the guy ran across the tracks to rescue the man while the train approached at high speeds. An officer dragged him to safety with seconds to spare, the Maxers. But, man, that's pretty impressive right there. An October 12th surveillance footage at a Portland home captured a coyote chasing a young girl as she was yelling at her dad about the animal behind her. Charlie Schmidt, the owner of the home, is seen in the video working in his yard. When she appears in the frame, said, "Dad, there's a coyote." And it showed the coyote running after her. Now, she was cool and calm. She jumped on the table, but her dad picked her up to run to the other side of the house and get inside, get inside. But the video shows the coyote running through the area without leaving a trace, just went on through. Wow. Have you seen any wild animals out where you're at, Ronnie? Other than deer?
No, not really.
No bear, no cougars,
Turkey.
other than Dovey?
Wild, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Dovey.
I said no cougars other than Dovey. You ever out where you're at, Chad, see anything like that, wild animal?
A raccoon, maybe every once in
A
a while.
raccoon. How about trash panda, I like to
Yeah,
call
that's
it.
about it.
We've had 6 people see a black panther out at the farm right here in North Little Rock.
Really?
I swear to you, yeah.
They're
I
out
got
there,
game
man.
hands up. I'm trying to catch it, man.
They're
It
out
stopped in
there.
the road, looked my wife did in the eyes, and it took off.
Why do you want to catch it? I don't think he wants you to catch him.
I'm going to take him home.
Would you make him a pet like Mike Tyson? Yeah. No, that's a good idea, Aaron. I want to help you with that.
Ride around like Ricky Bobby.
Yeah, that's right. You can put him in the car with you. That's right. Okay, let's see. An 81-year-old woman in Georgia voted for the first time in her life after her husband forbade her from casting a ballot for decades. What? Whoa. That's crazy, man. Betty Cartledge from Newton County, Georgia, had never been in a voting booth till this year. Her husband told her he didn't think she should vote, so she didn't. Neither did he, for that matter. I guess that's good. She said she had thought about it before, but she couldn't read or write. So I was married for 64 years. I knew everything about him, but that was something he never discussed, never wanted to do. But with the help of her niece, she registered to vote, went to an early voting station, and just voted for the first time. Man. First vote in 81 years.
First vote.
That is crazy, man.
That is.
Wild.
But that shows you the difference in eras right there. Because if I tried to tell Laura she couldn't do anything, she's doing it
She's
Oh, yeah, she's
right
yeah,
then and there.
Gonna vote twice.
No, it's gonna. Yeah, I'm voting twice. You're not voting, as a matter of fact.
I'm taking your vote.
Yeah, I'm taking your car and your vote. Yesterday, a judge in Greece imposed a suspended 1-month sentence on a man convicted of disturbing his neighbors by repeatedly sneaking into their properties to smell their shoes.
What?
Yeah, the 28-year-old guy said he was unable to explain his behavior, which had caused him great embarrassment. Said he didn't have intention of breaking the law or hurting anybody. Neighbors testified he was never aggressive during his nocturnal visits. He was arrested before dawn. Police were called after a neighbor found him in his front yard sniffing his family's shoes, which were left outdoors to air. The court heard there had been at least 3 incidents in the past 6 months, despite neighbors asking his family to stop him. He's been ordered to therapy sessions. Man,
They need a game cam.
sniffing shoes.
Set
though.
some shoes out instead of game cam, and you see him just come up there at night like a little cat
We've
sneaking
heard
up.
of toad suck, but
Yeah,
shoes?
toe suckers.
Look, man, I know that they have the people that sell their underwear online, right? You can do that. Do people sell their socks and shoes too?
does this guy like
Are there sock and shoe huffers that buy your dirty stank foot shoe?
Only socks.
OnlySocks.com. That's great. OnlySocks.com. At Marco's Pizza in Austin, 19-year-old Richard Curtis tried to rob the restaurant by slipping an employee a note demanding money and showing a gun in his waistband, but instead of complying, the employee put Curtis in a chokehold. While a coworker called the police. During the struggle, they managed to take Curtis's gun, tried to shoot him, but the gun didn't fire. The manager then used the gun's handle to beat Curtis, and at one point grabbed a knife asking Curtis if he preferred prison or death.
Wow.
Curtis stopped resisting. Oh no, man!
That'd be a hell of a
Oh,
day
he
at work.
couldn't get the gun to shoot, but they beat him with his own gun.
Oh,
He got
beat him with
pistol
it.
whipped with his own gun. Oh my God!
What does the
that's-
guy tell the people in jail? Like, what happened to you? You just
No,
been
you don't
quiet.
want to admit that. No,
Nah, man.
No.
no, man. I was sleepy. I hadn't slept.
It's kind of like the movie Life. Oh, we're in here for like a whole slew of.
You're right.
Killed the whole city.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, whole city.
I could take this spoon.
In Mobile, Alabama, 37-year-old Roy Lee Clowder was arrested. That sounds like a prank call guy. How big an old boy are you? This is Roy Lee Clowder.
Roy Lee.
He was arrested after he kidnapped a woman at gunpoint outside a convenience store. After the woman agreed to give him a ride, he pulled a gun, forced her into the passenger side, then took her to a church where he conducted a mock wedding ceremony, forcing her to marry him. But she managed to call for help. I guess he didn't take her cell phone, and so he got arrested and for kidnapping and all kinds of things. So
Crazy.
that is kind of crazy, isn't it?
Wild.
From 2015 through 2022, Jamie Knoll served as sheriff of Clark County, Indiana. Now he's going to prison for 15 years, 3 of which have been suspended. He pled guilty to 27 felony charges, including misappropriating $4.4 million in taxpayer money. Yeah, he used it to buy over 100 cars, a Cessna airplane, Rolex watches, vacations, concerts, high-end clothing, military surplus, booze, alcohol, a $2,500 Hooters tab, child support, college tuition, and Amazon.
Amazon.
I mean, he did get a lot for it. I'll be honest with you. He did get a lot for it. We've all seen examples of the tiny home phenomena that's hit the nation. It's now hit Walmart. That's right. Currently on Walmart's website, you can purchase your own tiny home for under 20 grand. Wow. It's like an iPhone. Goes for $17,400. For that money, you get a 20-foot by 7'4" by 7'7" modern office Apple House prefab modular garden office pod small log cabin studio. Jesus Christ, man. While the living space is tiny, I said the efficient, well, it wasn't efficient in the name. I'll tell you, that ain't no tiny name.
That ain't no
It's
tiny
ridiculous. Do you want a home that looks like a giant iPhone? Is that dope? Is that cool?
I guess it's a home, you know?
This is the American dream, Pat.
The American dream, to live in your iPhone.
In your iPhone.
I'm actually going to become one with my iPhone. Yeah, okay. Those who say Monty Python's The Meaning of Life should remember a portion of the film entitled Live Organ Transplants. Recently, life imitated art when Natasha Miller realized something seriously was wrong with the body that was brought into Richmond, Kentucky's operating room. Hold on a second. That story should not be here. Hold on, I gotta. No, that should have been a late. That did not go well for that body. I'll tell you that. Okay, so we'll move on here. Watch out. Blessing scammers are now a thing. Communities in China are being targeted by scammers who trick old women out of their valuables by persuading them that their loved ones are in danger. Some call it an elaborate piece of criminal street theater, where usually 3 women act out a script in Cantonese for an audience of 1 victim. And so they're having a big problem with that. A couple of World War II reenactors have forced a Massachusetts restaurant to shut its doors for a day while the owners deal with blowback. The actors taking part in the World War II reenactment over the weekend, they were playing the role of the Nazis. Unfortunately for the owners of Kith and Kin Restaurant, they didn't take off their gear before they sat down for a meal. Now, people said that's beyond thoughtless. A spokesperson for the museum said, in fact, those uniforms are only to be presented during the reenactments, have no reason to exist inside or outside the museum. Once word got out about the diners, the backlash started, and the restaurant was forced to close for a day. They apologized for that. Now, let me just ask, if these guys are reenactors and, they've got a lunch break, and yes, they're in their Nazi uniforms, should they have to cover or take it off before they go in a restaurant to eat? I mean, do you think that's the...
I think they get their butt kicked if they walked in the wrong restaurant.
Well, you don't think someone's just going to go, I mean, clearly that's not a uniform anyone's wearing today.
No.
They're not going to go, this is a costume. You think the Nazis just showed up out of the time portal? I mean, it just seems a little unlikely unless
Right.
Indiana Jones is in tow.
Man, no.
No, but if you saw it, you'd be like, hey, what's going on?
No.
No? What would you, if you saw it? what would you
I
do?
really don't know how to react, but it wouldn't be how you doing.
No, it would be. What about you, Ronnie? If you saw,
Oh, man.
would you think these are actors, or would you think
I
what's
would
going
think
on?
they're actors.
You would hope they were actors.
Aaron, are you going to just start kicking ass?
I lean to the punch and Nazi side.
He leans to the punch a Nazi. Yeah, and everybody wants to punch a Nazi. It is probably fun to punch a Nazi. I've never punched one to my knowledge, but if I had, I would be happy about it.
You could get one off on them for sure.
Yeah, no doubt about it. No doubt about it. Hey, someone's lurking at the door. Will
Seen
you
that,
open
man.
that just real quick? Yeah. And I tell you what, if you'll do that, let me punch this. And
Brought to you by that gunk in the back of your throat. That gunk in the back of your throat. Some today.
He walked out as soon as you went back.
No, did he? Josh Taylor over at AMC Mortgage. Good people. He is committed to providing you with an exceptional mortgage experience. He really values clients. Said his mission is to treat every client like a friend. And I can tell you he's a friend of mine, and he does a great job. He recently helped one of my clients, a couple, get into a home for $500. I'm not kidding. They qualified for a grant for down payment and closing costs, and that covered it for them, and they got in for $500. Now, I'm not going to tell you that everybody can do that, but they did, and maybe you can, but I can tell you what, he can definitely help you out whether you want conventional, FHA, VA, and if you are a veteran, if you're using VA financing. He doesn't charge an appraisal fee and no underwriting fee. That's been removed too. So that's a real nice thing. So you call Josh Taylor, 351-2579. It's 351-2579, and tell him I sent you. Who was out there, man?
That was Luke Shoemaker.
Oh, it is. One half of Vantage Ruins, and Alex is here too.
Alex just-
Oh, that is exciting. We've got a live performance that's going to be coming up very shortly, as a matter of fact. Yeah. As a matter of fact, I think what we're going to do is we're going to kind of take a break. I'm going to push a comedy button here, and you can enjoy this amazing comedy, and we'll be back in just a minute, okay?
Just be safe when you leave tonight. If you're drinking, don't drink and drive, and wear your seatbelt if you do. Just be safe, that's all. I like driving around. I drive all over the country doing comedy and stuff. It's awesome. I like going long distances, listening to music and podcasts and whatnot. Audiobooks. I'm a big audiobook reader. My friends are dicks about it because I'll be like, I read a book, and they'll be like, no, you didn't. You just listened. I'm like, so what? You just looked. How's your sense better than my sense? We're both getting the information of the book. The only difference is I know how to pronounce all the names correctly. I remember when I physically read the Harry Potter books, and I was like, Hermione's my favorite. Oh, the wacky Hermione. Right? And then the movie came out, and they're like, Hermione. And I'm like, that's not how you fucking say it. There's an E at the end. Silent E. Hermione. I listened to Game of Thrones audiobooks. Those were all good, but they split those up to where every chapter is a separate track, you know? And they don't say like chapter 2 and chapter 12. They just start talking again. So I listened to Game of Thrones for like 5 hours before I realized it was on shuffle. That's not even a joke. That's a thing that I did. I was following along and shit. I was like, what an interesting writing style. She's marrying him? He died. Books are weird. I try to not look at my phone while I'm driving, but I like to watch TV and stuff. So what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? It's fine. They got those things on the side of the highway that tell you when you have to pay attention. Like, this is a good episode. All right. I use my maps on my phone, always. Even if I already know where I'm going, I still just like to punch in the address. I just want another voice to back me up, you know? I'm like, I'm turning up here, right? My map's like, mm-hmm. I'm like, hell yeah, that's what I thought. That's where I thought I lived. I wish you could change the attitude that the voice has while it talks to you. Like, maybe give directions all sexual. Like, oh, just keep going straight, baby. Yeah. I'm just driving with a boner, like, hell yeah. Or make it ask everything in questions. Like, turn left? Here? I'm just freaking out, like, man, I don't know. Or if there was a pothead version, you're driving for like an hour and your maps thing is like, oh. You're gonna be mad, dude. No, I was supposed to tell you to turn like an hour ago. Just go. Keep going. The world's round. We'll get there. All right, y'all. I'm done. I'm Mike Baldwin. Thank you very much.
All right, we are back here, and let's scoot in towards me, Luke, and then Alex scoot over this way. There you go, so everybody can see both of you guys really good here. I got Luke Shoemaker and Alex here with Vantage Ruins.
What's up, buddy?
What is going on, guys? I'm so glad that you're here today, man. We've been waiting on this for a minute.
Yeah, man, it's good to be back, dude. It's I'm in the position now where I can creep back into Arkansas pretty much when I want to and all that, and still spending most of my time out in Nashville, but I'd say probably 25% of my time out here. So it's good to be back, man. It's good to come see you, buddy.
Last time I talked to you, you were hanging out with Corey Taylor and the guys over at Slipknot and doing stuff like that, right?
Dude, that was a wild, not just that day, but that whole weekend, man. My buddy Rich, he's tight with a lot of those guys, and Louisville, Kentucky's only about a couple hours from Nashville.
Okay.
And Slipknot was they were headlining Louder Than Life, I guess, that first Thursday night, and kind of got a little touch and go for a second on if it was going to happen, if it wasn't going to happen, and everything lined up just right, man. We got to hang out with Corey for a bit. Nicest guy on the planet.
Really?
Oh, dude, we just sat
He's
there.
such a troll all the time, you know. So I'm surprised that he's that nice. Was he really?
Oh, dude, yeah, we just sat there and talked about Popeyes for 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
He likes the Popeyes. Everybody loves Popeyes.
Oh, dude, yeah, he. I guess his wife cut him off from it. So he was like, "Man, I want to eat some Popeyes again, dude. I miss their chicken, bro."
His wife cut him off. She's trying to keep him alive, man.
Yeah.
I got that. Well, so tell me about Vantage Ruins. Talk about the band.
Yeah, so Alex and I, we had already been playing music together for, Lord knows,
6-7 years,
something like that. Yeah, it's our music career is old enough to be in third grade now, I guess. But we had been doing like stuff just under my name for a long time, and then I got linked up with Kellen from Memphis Mayfire out in Nashville.
Oh wow, okay.
And we recorded some stuff, and stuff kind of started going the right direction. And the tricky thing that we kept on running into was like, they're used to the solo artist thing, like in the country world, but not really in the rock world so much.
Right, it's more rock bands than solo acts.
Yeah, and so eventually we made the choice to, go ahead and pivot and just full commit to the band name type deal and all that. And it's been awesome, man. Funny enough, the band name was actually his idea, dude.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did you come up with the name?
It's really dumb.
You used a name generator online?
No, dumber than that. I was coming home from work one day, and I used to live right off Cantrell, and there's this apartment complex called Vantage Point.
I know that apartment complex. I lived there.
I lived right behind it.
I lived there for a minute, yeah.
And we were talking about all this, like, desolate type imagery and stuff like that, and I was just like, what if we did Vantage Ruins as a joke? And then he was like, wait a minute, that could work.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes it's the weird things that work. It's the dumb things.
Yeah.
It's just like tomorrow we're airing for the first time. We've got a live Saturday thing that is different than this. Yeah, it's different than this. It's called Patrick's After School Special.
Oh, that's sick.
And but it's where I interview comedians one-on-one or actors, things like that. But it's just a one-on-one setting, But it's such a silly name, Patrick's After School Special. But it just stuck. Gunnar said it, and I was like, no, I like that. I get that. That's funny. I'm down with that name.
Oh, that's sick, man.
So when is your first album as Vantage Ruins dropping, man? What's going on with that?
Well, so, we've done like the full record thing in the past, but like funny enough, the industry, for better or for worse, it's kind of moving all towards like single format.
Really?
And the whole like 4 to 6 week waterfall kind of format.
What does that describe? Tell me what that means. That sounds like an industry term. I don't know what it means.
Yeah, so basically like a band will go in and they'll record a block of, let's say like 20 songs. Like
okay.
They'll go record however many songs.
Yeah.
And rather than like releasing 2 or 3 singles and then just dropping a whole record, they're basically mapping out their content for a whole year to year and a half, and they're dropping a new single like every 4 to 6 weeks. And so we've already got the new single like loaded, ready to rock and roll. But really, what we've been holding off on releasing it for is we don't want to just like drop something and then it just like kind of sit there in the ether, basically,
and nothing behind it.
Yeah, right. We wanted to be sure to get Gone out there so people knew that stuff was coming.
Right.
But after Gone came out, we've got some management in the mix now and all that. And we've got some other kind of irons in the fire about, some other cool stuff to try to get stuff out there the right way. And so we just want to be sure we have all our ducks in a row, and whenever we hit the go button, that it's full, just straight gas.
Yeah. So what's the plan with Vantage Ruins? What's the next in the stage of the band? What happens now?
Man, if all goes according to plan, we're gonna hit the studio with Kellen again in January and record. Just a ton of new stuff, and then really just kind of do
your thing.
2025. Yeah, there's been talks about some festival stuff here and there.
Yeah.
There's been talks about just all sorts of stuff. Just really just trying to get out there and get her done.
And I know there's only so much you can say because some stuff is under wraps still. There's some stuff that it's just the way the business works. Until you're there, it's better not to say anything. It's just there's certain ways they like to roll things out. So I understand that.
Yeah.
Alex, what inspired you to get into music?
My dad bought me a guitar when I was 9, and didn't really do anything with it. But then my mom's third husband, who is still one of my good friends, He played in a band. His name's Justin Corley. I don't know if you know him at all.
My name rings a bell, but I'm not sure.
But he kind of put me onto Metallica and Guns N' Roses and stuff like
Okay.
that, and it just took off from there. I never quit.
Okay. Luke, what got you into music? How did you end up in it?
Man, I was always kind of like, the divorced dad rock, early 2000s, Nickelback, Creed and stuff. And, like I'm a big Marvel Comics nerd. So if you remember back like in the early 2000s, all the Spider-Mans and Daredevils and all that stuff, they all had some just big rock song that went with it.
Yeah, they did. They sure did. What was it? Spider-Man, the
Hero.
was it Hero Foo Fighters? Yeah.
Well, Chad Kroger.
Or yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah. What? Got to speak English there
Luke
for a second.
knows his Nickelback.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Look, you can hate on them if you want to. I mean, they're one of the best-selling artists of all time. Somebody keeps buying their albums, and I like that song, San Quentin.
Oh, yeah.
It's a pretty good jam. I don't give a damn.
Oh, yeah.
I'll jam that anytime.
No, I've gotten Alex on some Nickelback here lately. We've
I was
got
on Nickelback before you were out of diapers.
That's also probably true. Yeah.
Yeah, I see you guys have been friends a long time. You talk
100%.
smack to one another. Yeah.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
that's the
All
best
day.
kind of friend to have. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Talking smack to each other.
But no, I'd been listening to that stuff, and then funny enough, my mom had been good friends with Jason Truby from POD. And
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know who that is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he taught me everything I know musically, and then there was a band I was in, and I wasn't supposed to be the singer, but things didn't work out, and I wound up having to be the singer type deal. And, Alex and I did the whole kind of local band thing, and we're still doing it, you know what I mean? Like, we started, running around that stuff for a little bit, and then things just kind of progressed to where they were now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So how is it different being in Nashville versus here? What are the big differences in what's available to you, what's going on there versus here?
Man, I guess just like the level of access and just knowledge that's just at your fingertips right there. Like the other night I was backstage at a Five Finger show at Bridgestone.
Okay.
And I ran into Jelly Roll's drummer, Cody.
Really?
Yeah, and we were sitting there and kind of talking for a second about stuff, and just, he was dropping game basically, and just kind of, giving some insider stuff and all that, and just being able to talk to people like that big, and it's not the dynamic of the fan and the like.
Yeah, it's not where you're going to get an autograph. You're just talking.
Yeah, it's just like how we're talking right now.
Right.
And like that stuff's just really cool, man. And funny enough, when we were back there, we were talking about when Jelly had headlined Bridgestone for the first time a couple years prior, and how that was like a huge thing for him and all that. And you've probably heard Alex talk about it before, and Ronnie has heard me say this before in the past. But my whole everyone has their benchmark of having made it.
Yeah.
And mine has always been playing an arena show. Like
Just an arena show. Yeah, no, that would be pretty much making it if you play an arena show. I've never played an arena show.
Well, I was talking to Cody about it back there, and we were kind of talking about how Jelly did it the first time he did it and what they're doing now. And I said that same thing to him, and he was like, man, it's coming sooner than you think. And that was like the first time it kind of clicked that it actually is.
Yeah.
Like, we're going to do this thing.
Now, you've been out in Nashville for a while, and if people don't know, Nashville is really, really big in all music, not just country. A lot of people think, well, it's just country, but it's not. So you've had occasion to rub elbows with any people. Who have you been the most starstruck by in the time up there that you've run into?
Oh, that's an easy one. I can't say where it happened, but I'll tell you who it was.
Okay, that's fair.
It was Billy from ZZ Top.
Really?
Yeah, I sat there and talked with him.
Billy Gibbons?
Yeah. I texted
Wow.
Alex and his girl Katie as soon as it happened, and like me and Billy sat there and talked for probably 10, 15 minutes.
Really?
And
cool cat, I'm sure.
Oh yeah, and like he was just, he shows up where he was at in a suit, like he was about to walk on stage on an arena. Even though he was just chilling. You know what I mean? But there's also
Still rocking the long beard.
Oh yeah. And he was just the chillest dude ever. He was like, yeah, man, we're about to go to Europe, and Skinner's going to open for us, and I'm like, as it should be. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, they'd have to. Is there any DNA of Skinner left in Skinner at this point?
Honestly, though,
it's not much. I'll tell you that. I think it's residue, not even DNA.
Yeah, no, Billy was cool, man. My boy Terrence, he drums for Keith Urban. I wound up meeting him, and he's the homie. He's good people.
Yeah.
We've been writing stuff with Cody from Wage War, which Cody, when he's not playing for Wage War, he also is like writing for Jelly Roll and Falling in Reverse and A Day to Remember and Party and all that.
Good artist, man. He's a great writer.
No, 100%, man.
Yeah, I think I don't know if I'm not mistaken. He wrote some pretty big hits.
Oh yeah. I mean, he was one of the writers on like Zombified.
That's a great
Popular
song.
Monster.
Zombified, that's a damn good song. It's one of my favorites, actually, from them.
Yeah, and like funny enough, the next single that Alex and I are dropping was one of the ones that we wrote with Cody.
Really?
Yeah, and so it's gonna.
That's very cool, man. You got to be excited about that then.
Yeah, we've literally had it on our phones for almost 2 years.
Really?
Like mixed, mastered, like because we
You've been sitting on it.
Oh man, and it's been the hardest thing ever because
It's got to be, man. You're sitting on a brick of gold. Like, I want to show you my gold, but I can't.
Yeah. No, like we recorded this one at the same time that we recorded Gone. Like literally the same week. We knocked them both out at the same time. So I've had them both sitting on my phone since spring break of last year.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's crazy. That is crazy, man. Yeah. Well, what they're going to do for us, they're going to do an acoustic performance. Now, let me ask, what do you need in order to be ready?
I guess just a couple minutes just to get set up.
All right. Well, I'm going to talk while you do that, and I'm going to have you guys sit over here with these mics and do your thing, okay? Cool. Let me make a little camera adjustment here while we're working on that and see if we can get that going. So bear with me, just a little bit of stuff here we do technically. So it's just going to be quiet for a second. Okay, all right, here we go. That's going to look good. That's going to be right up on you guys there. And then we'll zoom in. All right, here we go. Now y'all be patient with me for a second, okay? It's going to be a little loud. Yeah, so we've got the camera set on Vantage Ruins, and they're going to drop a hot acoustic jam for us right now. And I'll mic them up real nice for you here. It's about as live as it gets. It's your world, baby.
Oh, cool. How we sounding? We sounding good now?
Sound great, man.
Do I need to back up off the mic a little bit, or are we good?
No, I think you're pretty good, really.
Thank you. Great.
Bet. Cool. This is How You Remind Me. No, I'm just kidding.
No.
All right, you ready? Cool. Drowning in my own thoughts, without a sound. Everything feels slower when I'm falling down. What changed the face? Used to recognize the only ghost in the man in the mirror this time. Chasing the dark into the dawn, where the light is found to help me carry on. 'Cause I'm still here, this path made clear. Now I know it won't break, won't fade. Hold on till the storm is gone. Paralyzed by every flaw, my design. If I can't break my chains, will I run out of time? Been searching for answers, there's none around. Why's the silence so loud? Chasing the dark into the dawn. The light is found to help me carry on. 'Cause I'm still here, this path made clear. Now I know it won't break, won't fade. Hold on till the storm is gone. Chasing the dark into the dawn. Light is found to help me carry on. 'Cause I'm still here, this path made clear. Now I know it won't break, won't fade. Hold on till the storm is gone. And I'm still here, and I'm still here. Been
searching for answers. Now I know won't break, won't fade. Hold on till the storm is gone.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
All right, so while the camera's still on you, tell me about the inspiration for that song, how it came to be, what's going on with that song.
Well, so it's two different layers. So firstly, it was kind of like, dealing with anxiety that's kind of the surface level of it. More so what it's dealing with is like, let's say you're in the middle of whatever you're dealing with and all that. It's just kind of acknowledging that, it could be screwed up, whatever you're dealing with, but just realizing that you got to just keep on going. You know what I mean? Not to sound cliche. Not to sound
but you got to push through. Yeah, you got to push through.
Yeah, and then like on the more kind of just funny like industry side of it, when we were writing it, I told Kellen I wanted it to be the heaviest song Nickelback never wrote. Like straight up.
I can see that.
That was the exact quote, man. Like I was hearing this for like UFC, WWE, all that kind of stuff.
No, I could definitely see this song being a big hit on the market. So I think it's going to be awesome, man. And certainly I know that all of our viewers and listeners are going to share it with their friends and everybody. And we'll post the actual video as well, again, on our blog today of the regular studio version too.
Oh, that'll be sick, man.
Yeah, so big thanks to Vantage Ruins coming in, performing a dope-ass track like that. I know that everybody can't hear it, but here. Yeah, give you one more round of applause here.
What about putting my ear to the microphone like I could hear out of there?
Dubby said hi, Luke.
Oh, what's up, Dubby?
Yeah, she
what's
said
up,
hi,
Dubby?
man.
All right, let me pull this back around here. Okay, all right. So you can scooch in, and everybody get back in a place here, and we'll talk a little bit, visit a little bit, and I'll go ahead and everybody's getting in here, and let me go ahead and deal with a sponsor real quick. Game Time Wraps. If you come to our studio, by the way, Luke, Alex, what do y'all think about the spaceship here?
Dude, it looks incredible.
It's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Game Time Wraps did it. It's amazing, and you can look them up online at GameTimeWraps.com. They can wrap anything. Cars, walls, motorcycles, boats, RVs. Doesn't matter what you want wrapped. They can wrap it. And if a lot of reasons you might need a cleaning company. Maybe you have an Airbnb and you got to keep it clean. Maybe you own a business. Maybe you just don't like cleaning and you want someone to do it. Or, maybe you want someone to clean the way that we never do because we're always too tired. You want someone to come in and do that deep cleaning. Blissful Cleaning is who you want to call. They're local. They're people you can know and trust. Cheyenne is the daughter of the owners, and she's the one you're going to call. They're licensed and bonded, and they get it super clean. They did a great job on our studio, everything here. Give them a call, 314-4878. It's 314-4878. Talk to Cheyenne at Blissful Cleaning, and if you tell them I sent you, you'll get 10% off on that. So, Alex, you are from Arkansas also originally, right? Get him on that mic there. Yeah. Where were you born at in Arkansas? In Little Rock or?
Born in Little Rock, but I grew up in Glen Rose.
In Glen Rose. Okay.
Saline County.
At the SC, baby. Yeah, that's where I'm at. The SC. I love it.
I live down in Haskell now.
Okay.
Same thing.
Now I asked Luke a while ago. What his biggest moment of awe of a celebrity was. What's been yours so far? See, soon we'll be able to say that about them.
Right.
Like, remember when you met Luke and Alex?
Right.
Man? You had them in the studio. Now these guys are on Guitar Magazine and playing arenas.
Keith was cool.
They're talking amongst them to try to determine who it was.
Keith was
I
cool.
haven't met a lot of cool people yet. Like I've met some cool people, but nobody like big. That wasn't just like. It didn't feel like just a normal guy.
I got
when
you.
You're talking to him.
I got you.
That's the cool thing about like a lot of the people in this scene.
Mm-hmm.
When you meet them, it just feels like a normal guy. So there's not really that starstruck kind of thing. Everybody's really down to earth.
I think
Yeah, they are.
that's probably a lot of difference in my mind in the feeling in Nashville versus L.A.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, Nashville is full of more. I'm not going to say L.A.'s not. Yes, I am. Nashville is full of authentic people who are, trying to help each other and seem to have a community. L.A. is full of a bunch of plastic asswipes that are looking out for themselves. I mean, that's just facts. As it is, that's just the facts. I tried earlier this year. I said, well, I might try to play guitar a little bit, and it was terrible. I can't get my fingers to do the chords. I've tried as hard as I can. They're too fat. They're too slow. They're too whatever. I don't know how you guys do it. It's
I've got
really.
arthritis from 20 years of guitar playing.
Does it do that to you?
I don't know, but the 10 years of mechanic and.
You think it was the
carpentry,
guitar is what it was?
Something did it.
It's just that grip.
It hurts.
That grip right there. That kind of looks like
almost-
this.
Something like that. It might be the guitar.
I've got it.
You got what?
The,
Hold on. Let me switch. You got what?
the grip.
Oh, the grip. Now you play guitar for a long time. I mean, does it give you the arthritis?
Yeah, I in the mornings, I mean, it's numbed. Everything's numbed. It stays numbed. I mean, it's a good thing, and it's, sometimes it can be a good thing.
Why is it a good thing? So you can do the stranger?
Well, if Luke knows, I think me and Luke's played shows together. Wow. And you can ask Luke, I don't like playing in the cold.
Oh yeah, no. I remember the show in particular.
Yeah.
It was in Adkins. It was with Smile Empty Soul.
Yes.
Me and Alex's old band Signal.
Yes.
And it was from day one, and it was 30 degrees outside on the river.
Really?
I don't like that.
Man, I can't imagine doing a show in that temperature. No, I don't even want to perform like
And the
that.
whole time Ron's like, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I would think that in that temperature, your throat would. I mean, it'd
Oh,
be
yeah.
real hard not to get to, kind of burn it with the cold air.
That's the scary thing with the voice, man. It's like the one instrument you have no control over it. Like, I mean, you have some control over it
Well,
as
sure,
far as,
yeah.
but like.
Don't smoke crack. That helps.
Yeah, yeah,
On Thursdays every once in a while.
like the weather can mess with it, like the time of day can mess, like there's just
Now-
so many variables,
2 days ago, I was sitting at the house and I was talking on the phone. All of a sudden, I sounded hoarse and said, "Are you sick?" And I'm like, "Man, I don't even know what's going on right now." And
Oh, yeah.
it was just sinuses, but it'll come out of nowhere and wreck you real fast.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Yeah. Now, have you ever, lost your voice at the wrong time?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
They looked at each other like there's a story there.
Oh, there absolutely is a story. So it was the first time we ever headlined Vino's. And,
Okay.
this is way before. I mean, not that I take decent care of my voice even now, but I especially didn't back then.
At least you do now.
Yeah, you know what I mean? But we were doing a show at Vino's, and I downed a whole cheese pizza and like 4 things of pink lemonade, and I was sick at the time too.
Yeah.
So I made it like a song and a half in, and my voice just kind of basically gave me the middle finger. Like
I
a
just
song
said, "I'm
into
done.
the set.
It's done."
Yeah, no, it was rough, dude. It sounded like a koala bear, like trying to do Mongolian.
What do? You
singing,
just say,
bro.
"Guys, I'm sorry. I'm."
No, I mean we kept on.
Give it
They
hell.
they even made me do an encore with no voice.
Alex is over here singing quiet.
No, literally. Like when y'all had me do the encore.
I remember.
Yeah, dude.
They used to do, sometimes Jim Morrison would not show up, and Ray Manzarek would be back on the keyboards just singing, the Jim Morrison part of the Doors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it sounds like you guys are really meeting the right people, getting the right connections, and on your way, man.
It's been cool, man. Like Kellen's been a huge help with getting us kind of introduced to those people, man. And I mean, just being in Nashville too, it just happens naturally.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at that same show that I met Jelly Roll's drummer at, I was hanging out with the Slaughter to Prevail guys and with the guys from Chelsea Grin, and then like just so many different people and all that. And literally just walking down the street, you can bump into people, man. It's
Really?
crazy.
Yeah. I assume it's much more laid back there where you can do that. Walk down the street and see someone. I remember I was telling somebody a couple days ago when I was young. I moved to Los Angeles briefly, very briefly, because it was a big culture shock to me. I moved there at 18. I thought I was going to go be an actor. I was going to be a big star, and man. First of all, I had delusions of grandeur because it was the first time I ever met my biological father, actually. And I was going to Hollywood, and I thought, I'm going out here to live the life. I'm like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. I showed up, and first of all, A, he's an alcoholic. That's two of them in my life if you're counting. B, he lived in a one-room apartment that shared a bathroom with the whole floor of 6 apartments. And he cooked ramen noodles in a coffee pot. That's what he ate. He didn't have room in his apartment for me to sleep, so I had to sleep in his gay friend's apartment on the couch. And so, but that's not why I left. All those were good enough reasons to go, but no, none of those were why I did.
There's a country song in there.
I promise you there is. But I was walking down the street, right? The first day I'm there, I'm going to get some cigarettes, walking to the liquor store. And I walk past, this guy's coming to me, and I'm going this way, and I say, hey, how you doing? Because I'm from Arkansas, and, we wave at people at stop signs and shit. You know what I mean? That's what we do here. And so he stopped, and he looked at me, he goes, oh, do I know you? I said, no. He goes, then why the hell are you talking to me? And I was like, oh, snap, I got to go, So I get right at the intersection where the liquor store is. I'm about to cross the street. It was like something out of the movies. 2 cop cars pull up right in front of the liquor store. They jump out. They run in the liquor store. Next thing you see, this dude flies out the door of the liquor store. They throw him on the ground, put the cuffs on him, throw him in the back door. They're gone. And I was like, and it took like 30 seconds. And I was like, man, I am not in Saline County anymore. I clicked my heels 3 times and brought my ass back to Little Rock. Yeah, I was like, no, this is not for me over here, man.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was weird too because, you see Los Angeles or Hollywood, all the stuff from the stars and the Oscars and all these things. But when you get there in person, it is the dirtiest, grimiest, nastiest, sleaziest place. I did see Jesus dragging the cross down the street.
There you go.
The full-size cross, man. He was pulling that mug, and that was before they even had, viral videos and stuff. I'm like, man, this guy's committed, man.
See, I hadn't seen Jesus in Nashville yet, but I've seen a dude dressed as a hot dog that rides a bicycle down Broadway basically every 2 weeks. It's the craziest thing.
He dressed as a hot dog driving down the road in Nashville.
Yeah, so my first year that I lived in Nashville, I lived on 3rd Ave, which is right there in the middle of downtown.
Okay.
The Batman building was a 5-minute walk from my apartment.
Okay, what's the Batman building? The building from Batman the movie or something?
No, it's this AT&T tower, but it's got the little poles.
Okay, kind of looks like Batman. Okay, got you.
But no, there's this dude that dresses up like a hot dog and rides his bicycle down Broadway like every couple weeks, and you just never know what you run into on Broadway.
No, I can understand that. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Luke, I saw that your truck got broken into when you first moved there.
Man, dude. So, get this. March, I have a wreck. Okay. Without my truck for 2 months, I'm in a rental truck and all that stuff. I finally get my truck back. And then 2 weeks after I get my truck back, I go out to this bar that I've never been to with some friends of mine. And you know me, I don't even drink.
Yeah, I know.
I'm literally there just to go hang out with my friends. You know what I'm saying?
You're the designated driver always.
Yo, 100%, man. And I walk out to my truck and my passenger side window's busted out. And I'm just like, damn it. And then I get that fixed. A super nice guy puts in a new window for $300. So all my windows are tinted except for the one that got broken.
Oh, wow, you're right.
And so then this is when I'm still living in downtown. I walk down to my truck one morning. The same damn window is busted out, and the same dude comes and puts another window in my truck for $300. And this was in June the last time it happened. To this day, I still find broke glass in my truck.
Really?
And get this, when I called the cops, they were just like, man, you should just leave your truck unlocked so that way they can just...
They just don't have to break it to get in.
And I'm just like, man, are you
kidding me right now? That's the solution, just leave it open so they don't have to break something?
It was insane. And then get this, so I had the wreck, I had the 2 break-ins, and then I come back to Arkansas for, I guess it was in July, the last time me and you hung out. And I go to start my truck up one morning. And you remember this? Yeah. There's no AC. And I'm like, you got to be shitting me. I've been through a wreck and 2 break-ins.
And your AC went out?
Well, no, so it wasn't even that the AC went out. I took it to the Firestone over there off I-30 in Benton. and they found that a squirrel had built a nest in my blow motor. The squirrel had gotten
Don't
killed
want a
and
squirrel building a
dismembered,
nest in your
and
blow
the nest
motor.
is still in there.
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Once a squirrel built a nest in my wife's blow motor, and it was bad. Yeah, I'm going to be in trouble for that one.
Laura's gonna get you.
Yeah, no, she definitely is going to get me for that one. That was I couldn't help myself. I remember, when I was talking about going to L.A., where we parked at those apartments in my car. I came out this was another reason I came back. I came out that next morning to go to my car. Literally every car in the parking lot had been broken into and the stereo stolen except mine.
Wow.
And I don't know if maybe they got scared at the last minute, they heard something, or if they looked at the tags and said, "Man, that bastard's from Arkansas. I mean, I can't hurt him any more than he's already hurt." I feel bad for him. Yeah, it was crazy. Every car but mine. I was like, I don't know how that worked out, but I didn't want to lose my docking tape. You know what I mean? Oh man, what's the coolest car you ever had, Luke?
Well, I'm just a truck guy. Like
You truck guy?
Yeah,
Man.
I love my truck that I've got now. I got that Ram, but I've been probably next year I'll probably get into something newer. It's not only is it about time, but I've had so much happen to the truck this year that I'm.
Yeah, it
just
sounds like
ready.
that truck's ready to rest.
Yeah, but Alex just got a new truck though. He's got this.
What'd you
all
get?
decked out.
What do you get, man?
I like old, ugly, beat up.
Yeah.
And I just bought it's not like old, but I just bought a 99 Sierra.
Okay.
Just put a little lift on it, put some 35s on it.
Yeah.
35.
Yeah.
Have you seen these people now? And I don't know what's going on, but to me, first of all, it looks stupid. But that just could be my age. Second of all, I don't understand how it doesn't mess the engine up. It's these trucks that are jacking the front up way high.
I don't get that, man.
What is it called?
I think they're
Squatting.
called
Yeah, squatting.
Squatting.
Okay.
Well, it's the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. It looks ridiculous, man. I don't even know how you get in the car. It seems like it's you need a rope to pull up into it.
I actually thought they were banned in some states.
They made it illegal in Carolina.
Certain heights.
You can't have more than like 2 or 4 inch
some kind of
difference
variance.
between the front and back.
So you got to see the kid in front of you, right? Before you run up.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it used to be the opposite. I used to have a Camaro back in the day that had an air lift in the back.
Yep.
And so I'd get in and I'd push a button and make that ass end go up real high like that.
Yep.
The problem was it had a 6-cylinder, which I was embarrassed of. If you have a Camaro with a 6-cylinder, it's embarrassing. Yeah, anybody pulls up, they think you're in a muscle car, and then you punch and go, and they're like, "Oh, get out of here, bitch! What are you doing?" Yeah, man. You got a dope ass Dodge. Is that your favorite car you've ever had? That Challenger?
I appreciate it. Yes, sir. That's the first brand new vehicle I ever bought.
Oh, you bought it brand new. Your ass is the only one that's in it.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. That's dope. Now, what's the highest you've had it up to?
That's tattletale. I probably had
In
it
theory, what's the highest you might have seen it go to?
like 135, 140.
Oh, damn. You're pretty bold, aren't you? 120 is about the most I
When
think
you
I've
first
ever
get
hit.
them, you're kind of like you want to.
Well, you got to know what it'll do,
But I
right?
don't do that all the time or anything like
Well,
that.
of course not. You're a very self-conscious person. You're very law-observing.
Oh,
and
yes, sir.
You like to observe the traffic laws. I've driven behind you. You're like an old lady. Yeah. Ronnie, what's the coolest vehicle you've ever had?
Crotch rockets.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, a crotch rocket. What kind?
Hayabusa,
Oh, man.
1000,
Yeah.
Gixxer 1000s. I mean, I've had pretty much every one of them.
This guy that I know, and I told him, I said, you're going to have to bring this up to the studio. I want people to see this. Okay. His name's Sean. And he ordered a bike from Amazon for $2,900. Full motorcycle. Came in a crate.
I've seen those.
Yeah, and it's a crotch rocket, or at least it looks like a crotch rocket. I don't know the exact size of it. I'm sure that it's not the same motor as a Ninja or a GSX, but it's a damn motorcycle that he got in a crate that works. I asked him, I said, does it start? Does it run? He said, man, it runs like a charm. It's great. $2,900 from Amazon, bro.
Man.
I started.
Do motorcycle.
I started looking. You can get motorcycles on there for less than that. You can get them for $2,000, $2,200. Now, are they crap? I don't know, but it's a damn
Get you there. It's
motorcycle.
better than a bicycle.
It's not a mini. It's not a mini bike or anything like that. You know.
Like a gromp or something like that. I think.
A what?
I think they call them like gromps. Gromps.
What's a gromp?
I don't know. I think that's the name.
Oh, okay, okay. I didn't even know you could order that kind of stuff from Amazon. You can order anything from Amazon now.
Oh man.
Yeah. I think the coolest car that I had a Z28 that was 1980, and it was the most loaded up it could be. It had everything, you know.
IROC?
No, it wasn't an IROC, man. That's later. That's the 90s. Man.
I remember the IROC.
Maybe 89 even, not 80 though. 80 was more akin to the Bandit style Trans Am, you know, with the air induction hood, the dope headlights.
Fire Phoenix on the front.
That's the Firebird had that, or the Trans Am. Mine was a Z. But I did love that because I remember pulling up to high school in it the first day, and guys were like, "No way, man!" And that was like the best feeling in the world in
You had
high
a
school.
Z28 in high school?
Yeah, man.
Oh,
He had a 96 Dodge with a
Dude,
bent
listen,
frame.
no, it was my older brother's. I got it, and I had it for about 6 months, and then the electrical harness messed up, and my dad said, "Yeah, no, you're trading it because it's too much to fix it." And I was like, "No, I don't want to trade it." And I had to trade it, and you know what I got? A Caprice Classic Landau. Yeah, a 4-door with a vinyl top.
There you go.
Now, did I still chrome out that motor? You're damn right I chromed out that 305. I had 17 fuzzy dice hanging in it,
Oh, wow.
playing the Beastie Boys.
I had one of those.
A Caprice Classic. Yeah, it's not exactly a host slayer.
It depends on how you do it.
Is that right? You've done that in a Caprice
No.
Classic?
I'm not.
I would say that's impressive if you
You got strong game.
in a Caprice
Strong
Classic.
game.
You're real strong, yeah, that's for sure, man. There's no doubt about it. Yeah, no doubt about it, man. That's hilarious. All right, let's do this.
Tonight on an all-new Becky's Got Crack.
Yo, Becky's got crack.
Yo, Becky, let's hang out, girl.
Patrick and the people.
Hey, if you're dealing with a family law matter, you need a lawyer who knows what they're dealing with and's got experience. Over at Robertson, Oswalt, Noni and Associates, they've been doing thorough and effective family law for Little Rock clients for absolutely years. Now, I know Bonnie Robertson. She's an amazing human being. She helped me with a custody thing. If you've got a custody issue, you know how difficult those are. You've got to have somebody who's a pit bull. And I'm going to tell you what, there's nobody I know more of a pit bull when it comes to that kind of law than Bonnie Robertson and the folks over at Robertson, Oswalt, and Noni. Check them out. Give them a call, 866-311-3815, 866-311-3815. And, by the way, right next to you, you can talk a little bit about this. If you are a vapor or if you're a connoisseur of, the electric lettuce, and you're looking for, the dopest glassware you can find anywhere in town, in Conway, that's going to be over at Crazy J's. Now, it's right there, 2625 Donaghy Avenue, Suite 110. He's right next to my guy Chad here, over there by Primal Urge.
Sir.
What's the deal over at Crazy J's? You've been in there a few times.
Man, he's got everything in that place, man. It's awesome. Bunch of glass, bunch of vapes, bunch of everything. Like
Any
that.
kind of flavor of
Anything,
vape, but
yeah.
he's got, it's like build a bear, but build a bong.
Build a bong.
Build a bong.
Yes,
yeah.
definitely.
You can build a Dr. Seuss pipe. You can build anything you want there.
He's got some nice ones in
He's
there.
got some cool pieces in there if you just like the art of
Like
it.
the art pipe. Like he's
Yeah.
got some nice pieces in
No, some people are that way, some people have Billy Bong
there.
Thornton.
Weed snobs.
Yeah, and some people like the art of it, I got a fancy one once. I dropped it. It broke, and I was like, "That's stupid." Now
Yeah.
I just get a silicone pipe.
Yeah.
right.
They're cheap, they're easy, and I'm done. And they last about forever.
I seen one in there one day. It was an AK-47 pipe.
What?
He had the AK-47 blown pipe. Like
It's like glass
it's all glass. Like,
AK-47,
he's got some sweet stuff in there, man.
and I assume the barrel is where you.
I guess I just seen it setting up.
This is like this.
It was huge, man. It's probably
That
like-
feels wrong.
It was probably like it was as big as an AR-15 too. It was big. It was big.
I don't know what. Maybe that's for sharing. I don't know what
Just
that is.
like a conversational piece.
That is a conversation piece. I mean, as a matter of fact, if you can tell Jay, if he's still got that,
Oh, that'd be sick to say.
you need to bring that up here so
Bring that
people
up
can
and
see
set it on
that.
the
Let me
I'm sure
show
if he don't
that.
have that, I'm sure he's got something else. He's always got some cool stuff in there.
Yeah, I need to come by there and say, hey, bring one of these,
Oh,
two of these things
definitely.
by here, and
Definitely.
You tell him when next time you see him, say, hey, Patrick said I need to bring one of your. Cool
I'll
live
reach
pieces.
out this afternoon.
Yeah,
You'll be hearing from me.
yeah, you know, Crazy Jay.
Yes, sir.
He's crazy.
He's
gay,
crazy. Just
and
the
he's
right
got-
enough crazy.
But he's got good stuff over
Oh,
there
he's
for
awesome.
you.
Yes,
Yeah,
he's got good stuff.
absolutely got good stuff for you. What do you got planned for the weekend, Ronnie? What's your weekend about? More dumpster diving?
Oh, no, I think it's just work.
Just work?
Yeah, and I'm getting my podcast.
Yeah, you're working on that. Kind of, you've been, working. I know some with Gunner and working on that, and that's awesome.
Gunner's the man.
Gunner is the man. He is like a tech savant, and I'll be honest with you, it was such a blessing, such a miracle to have him, push me the way he has, because he really did. Because my
He's pushing me now.
Yeah, no, that's good. Let him, because it was real uncomfortable at first, because I was like, look, Gunnar, I just want to do really like a radio show. I want to do the same thing I was doing, and that was the goal I had, just do an audio stream. And the more we talked about it, he was like, bro, look, for the same money, you can do visual and audio, and people will find you on all these places. You don't have to have a number on that dial anymore. And I was like, but do you think people that want the visual medium? Is that? And he goes, hell yeah. And so, we started looking at equipment, and then, when he got me the equipment list, I went, Jesus, man, that's not cheap, is it? And he goes, no, it's not going to be cheap, bro. And I said, all right, let me call Fitz.
Yep.
And I called Fitz Otto over there, my buddy Mark, and said, Mark, I may need your help. I can't get this far in my pocket. I keep reaching down there. It don't go that deep. And he said, yeah, man, I'll definitely do that. And so he engineered the system, and he's continuing to do, things behind the scenes that people don't know, that are making it better, enriching the program, because, we're just kind of scratching the surface of what long-term we plan for this to be. There's going to be a lot more to the visual medium. And as I mentioned earlier, if you were not here and did not hear, tomorrow we'll actually have a live stream. Now, it will not be the typical Patrick and the People. It will be something called Patrick's After School Special. And as opposed to me sitting with my friends and having conversations about all this, it's a one-on-one interview. In this case, it's with comedian Mike Baldwin. We played a clip of his earlier, and he's going to be
Funny guy.
very, very, very funny guy. And we had a really surprising conversation, because the conversation, we recorded it yesterday actually to play live tomorrow. We had a really interesting conversation that was unexpected, because I would have thought we were going to go down the comedy lane, and we did to some extent. We did talk comedy, but then it drifted, into its own lane, and somehow ventured slightly into something that I never talk about, which is politics. I know, right? Right? And but it was a really interesting conversation, and I think that everybody's going to enjoy it. And we're going to have one of those every Saturday. We'll have a Patrick's After School Special that airs on Saturday, just to give you a little extra bonus content, something more to work with. There's no ads in that. There's no commercials. There's nothing. It's just two people talking for about a half hour, and talking about cool stuff. Dope people talking about dope things, doing dope things, living dope lives, Well, at least he is. So let's take a look real quick. I haven't had a chance today, as you know, in the studio. It's been super busy. I haven't had a lot of chance to look at comments. Let's see what we've got here. Okay, so this person wants to know, where can we find the music for Vantage Ruins?
Literally everywhere. Like, go to Apple Music, Spotify, all the things. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, all that stuff. Just wherever you listen to music, you can find us there. It's
okay. All right.
Yeah.
We were talking about vehicles. James Seifert, I love JR. He said the Honda CBR 1000R Hurricane was his bag. Wow. That was his baby. The Hurricane, man.
I remember those.
That's one of those 0 to 60 and too fast for me.
I remember the Hurricane.
Yeah, man, that's awesome. That's awesome. Let's see. What else do we have here? Audio only somewhere. Yes, Brad, you can do audio only on our website, Patrick and the People. We have an audio only stream if you don't want to do video. Mike Woodall, what's up, Mike? Good morning to you, my friend.
Woodall.
Yeah, Woodall, man. We're going to get him in here too, man. I want to get him in here. Let's see who else is on here. Eddie Fletcher, what's up, Eddie? Eddie and the
Fletcher.
Defiance. We're going to have them in the studio.
Awesome.
I know we're going to have them. We've got several bands coming now. We've got Dark from Day One coming. We're going to have if it stays in Vegas is coming. Josh Stewart's coming. We've got all kinds of folks that are coming in the studio, and hopefully we'll get all of them to do some kind of acoustic performance. I think that's great. It's a lot of fun to have, guys. And I'm very thankful that you guys were able to come in here today and do that for us, man. It was really awesome to have you guys in and doing that. Such a dope thing.
Over the years, dude.
Man, I ain't done nothing, man. We're just buddies, man. We're just buddies.
No, come on, man. You've done so much for us over the years.
Man.
It's a no-brainer.
Man, you know what? I just I like to help cool people, and you guys are cool people, and that's just that. I mean, look, I've always said it's the whole principle of the show, and I say it all the time is we all get there by lifting each other up.
Absolutely.
If we can all do it by ourselves, but it's a lot harder.
It's harder, right?
And if we can just elevate each other and lift each other up somehow, and if this medium allows us to do that, then I think that's awesome. It's great for everybody because there's nobody that sat in these seats and sat down here who's not a dope person who doesn't deserve to be more successful even than they are. So that's what it's all about. We're all trying to help each other. So look, maybe you've got a business out there. And look, I'm only allowing small local business to advertise on the program. I'm not even letting large national corporations in here at all. It's not their real estate.
That's right.
It belongs to the people. This is Patrick and the people, not Patrick and the corporations.
That's right.
And it's because that's what this is about. It's about people helping people, being cool people, having fun with each other, and not being dragged down by everything else in the damn world that's going on. Because listen, there's enough of that out there.
Enough.
And I for one am just tired of every time I turn around, somebody's telling me why I'm a piece of shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I mean that's the facts, man. I mean that's just how it is out there.
That is.
Yeah, it's frustrating. So hopefully you guys are finding a lot of fun here and enjoying what you're getting. This guy said, I love the new show. I like and share every day. Everyone else should too. Thank you, man. I appreciate
Yes,
that
thank
very
you.
much.
Thanks.
The van is really the way to get to help people, little doggy Mike Woodall said. You're right, Mike. They're great. They're great. He also said Ronnie James is a legend.
Oh,
He is. He is a legend, man, for real. How long you been playing music, Ronnie?
I think it's about 27 years.
27 years.
Yeah. Me and Luke sitting down there, we used to talk about the Wendy's stop when we used to go to rehearsals together.
Yeah.
I think it was going to rehearsal and back.
Even Alex has been roped into it a couple times.
Yeah.
It's that
The chicken sandwiches, man.
It's that Wendy's at the Pilot in Russellville.
Oh, my.
Oh, yeah? That's the one in Las Vegas?
Oh yeah, to this day, man, of all the Wendy's I've been, this is gonna make me sound like the biggest fat ass ever. But of all the Wendy's,
All the Wendy's I've ever been to.
They've
that
got the
one
best
at the
chicken
Pilot in
sandwiches.
Russellville has got some good ass chicken.
Yeah. Man, that chef knows exactly how to spit on it. You know what I mean?
Oh my god. Yes.
Little Copenhagen spit right there.
Oh, dude.
You like that Copenhagen flavor? Smoke.
You like that, boy?
No, I
That's
get
hilarious.
the 2 home style
Oh,
chicken
God, it was
sandwiches,
good.
chicken and cheese only, the big old natural lemonade,
Yeah.
fry.
You know, my younger son Tyler, the barber, he loves Bullocks in Benton. I don't know, something about the chicken and the wings at Bullocks in Benton that I don't give a damn if we're going to have dinner. If he drives by Bullocks, he'll come home with wings, eat those and his dinner, But yeah, it's like sometimes you just have that one greasy place you love to go, and it's just the best food. As a matter of fact, Ronnie, what's your favorite greasy spoon? You got to have one.
I really don't have one.
No?
At my age, I just eat at home.
Well, that's why you're thinner than I am.
Yeah.
No, that's smart. You're a smart man. I appreciate that. Between that and dumpster diving, you're doing the right.
Unless I'm
doing it
riding
right.
with Luke, and I'm sure we're gonna stop somewhere to get chicken. But
No, 100%.
yeah, I
What
really
the-
don't. I
No?
don't eat out that much.
That's good. That's good.
I see a lot of people at work, it's always
Yeah.
fast food.
Yeah.
And Dovey's always talking about how bad it is for you.
If I ate organically, my body might reject it.
I
I think so too. I give you this. Have you ever? I toured some, so it's like every different state you go to, and you start eating the food. Do you not, Luke, get upset stomach?
It depends, like.
What you eat?
Get on your mic there.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I guess it kind of just depends on if it's like a mom and pop one or not.
Okay.
Like if I'm going to like, I've learned that Buc-ee's is a godsend when it comes to the music
And
stuff,
everybody
man.
talks about these Buc-ee's, man.
Dude,
man.
Like it's legend.
Oh, dude, Buc-ee's is the
Barbecue.
greatest place ever. You get the little thing of cookie dough and them chicken tendies, man. Like,
Buc-ee's is great.
Luke be eating good, y'all.
Yeah, sounds
He's
like
eating
it.
right.
Luke's always
He's talking about the good stuff over here.
yeah, no,
Trying
like
to make me hungry.
I did a run about a month ago with a buddy of mine, Cadence, and we went and did a run with Josie Scott.
Yeah.
And it was up in Cleveland, well, right outside of Cleveland. It was in Lakewood, which that's a good trek from Nashville. And so, like, we stopped in Buc-ee's to get the food there. Then we stopped right outside of Mansfield, Ohio, to get to this like Mexican spot. Loaded up on some chimichangas, man.
I heard something the other day, and I know I can just look at a map, but is Cleveland close to Canada?
It is. It is, and I had no idea till we
no
got there.
idea.
Yeah, it's literally like 30 minutes, and yeah,
Really?
30 minutes to
That's
Nickelback
crazy.
land.
I had no idea.
Yeah, dude.
Nickelback land.
Yeah.
My Canadian connection's Alanis Morissette. That was my Canadian jam.
And now, man.
Yeah. That bitch was mad, boy. And I liked it.
bro.
I liked it. Yeah, can I tell you something? This is a little embarrassing, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I was a super fan of hers for a while.
She got good stuff.
This is in the 90s, right?
Yeah.
And because she just was pissed off, and I liked it. And so I dropped an unreasonable amount of money to go to Kansas City and sit front row. Front row.
There you go.
And it was a damn great show. Okay, but here's this is where my Alanis ride ended. Because I've dropped an unreasonable amount of money to be in the front row of this concert at the Emporium in Kansas City. And she comes down the front row and slaps every hand. They're all girls. Except my hand. I was a dude, so I guess it was like she wasn't slapping the dude's hand. I'm like, bitch, I paid $300.
She probably thought you were there with your girlfriend.
1995.
That's a lot of money then.
Yeah, no, it was a lot of money, man, you know. So I was done with her then. I was like, you can't slap my hand after I dropped all that. I'm out, man.
She probably thought
I
you were
gotta
with
go.
your girlfriend, man.
No, she didn't, man. No, she didn't think that. She just thought, oh, this is a dude. I'm not doing it. No, I'm not. You're not even supposed. What are you doing in the front row? Who let you up here? She was. I mean, she was a chick. You know what I mean? That was just who she was. She was with Ryan Reynolds for a while. I think they got. I don't remember if they got married or not, but they dated for a while.
You know, Alex met Ryan Reynolds.
Did you?
Cool.
He's
Did
got
you?
a picture
Like,
of it
don't
too,
tell
man.
me this.
Did you really? Come on, put the mic over here.
Come on.
We gotta hear
Come
this.
on, Alex.
Hold on.
Here, let me pull it up real quick.
Oh, he got the.
Well, let's see. Hold on. Let's see if we can see this.
There it is.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a prank picture, but it's a funny one. It's a good one. Yeah, it looks like he's holding Alex's little baby in his lap. That's crazy, man. That's funny. All
Isn't that
right.
still the most popular profile picture you've had on Facebook?
I'm sure it must be.
Really is.
Yeah, I believe
Got
that
an
it is.
absurd amount of attention.
No, I mean, between
For the
Ryan
24
Reynolds and
hours
you as a
episode.
baby, I mean, what's not to like about it, right? I mean, you know, all right, let's do a little something here.
Brought to you by that gunk in the back of your throat. That gunk in the back of your throat. Some today.
No one will recognize this singer.
Listen up now, I'll tell you a story. Without a doubt, it's kinda gory. It's the worst news you could ever hear. Things just like this make you fear. Lying lunched on a dumb guy's knee, or a big aardvark drowning some honey. Why you laughing? Why you laughing? This shit ain't funny.
It ain't.
Lord. This
This shit ain't funny. And neither are these stories, all right? A man was stabbed to death early yesterday morning during a verbal altercation with his son-in-law, according to the Metro Police News. Officers responded to a report of a stabbing shortly before 2:30 in the morning. The victim, found inside the apartment, suffering from apparent stab wounds. He was taken to a hospital where he later died. The victim's son-in-law was determined by detectives to be the suspect in the stabbing. And he's been arrested. They said that he was stabbed 72 times. So I'm guessing that he might have been mad. Yeah. Sentencing has been postponed for a 55-year-old woman who repeatedly stabbed a man and hit him with a baseball bat at her Lake Hallie home. Wow, you really are mad. You stabbed him, then hit him with a bat? He's already down. The Laura Fila pleaded guilty in July to one count of attempted first-degree intentional homicide. Said the investigation, they ordered a mental competency exam. Well, yeah, she's probably got problems here. But according to the criminal report, the 56-year-old male victim located in the bathroom, covered head to toe in blood, said he'd been stabbed in the left eye and then struck by a baseball bat. The officer observed 15 stab wounds to his body, including 2 over his heart, 1 to his thumb, 2 lacerations to his left eye, several on the top of his forehead, his hairline. Man, she was trying, man. This dude missed it by an inch every way he went. This trick was trying to get him. When interviewed by police, the victim said she shouted at him over and over, "You ruined my life. Now you're going to pay." Said she stabbed him. He punched her in the face. The knife fell in the tub after he punched her. That's when she left and came back with a baseball bat, hit him in the head and the back. Man, he really must have done something right. He must have cheated or something. That's what I'm guessing.
Just key my car.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can't you just put some sugar in the gas tank or something? I mean, call my job, tell them I'm a piece of shit. I mean, all right. 5 girls between the age of 12 and 15 beat 64-year-old Reggie Brown to death in an alley in October of last year. A teenage girl pleaded guilty in connection with the beating death of that elderly man. She testified in court this week, as 2 other young girls still face first-degree murder charges. But when they asked her why that she did it, she said they were bored. They were bored. Man, they beat a dude to death because they were bored. Now, I've thrown some trash can lids.
Right.
Kicked over some things like that. I mean, I've done, a few pranks here and there, but I've never been so bored I just killed somebody. I mean,
wow.
Hey, you got nothing to do?
No, that's crazy, isn't it? That is crazy. All right, a man has been accused of attacking 2 people with a machete in a Florida horse barn.
Of course, it's Florida.
Yeah. Leaving a woman with her nose almost completely severed off. That's bad. She can look like Michael Jackson in the later years. According to Palm Beach County Sheriff's Office, deputies responded to the 911 call, said her nose had been cut off by a machete. Deputies arrived. They, in fact, found 2 victims, a man and woman, both suffering severe injuries in the horse stable. What's going on in the horse stable here? They were immediately transported to the hospital, but they said, once we found out it was Amy's, it's like, what the hell? You wouldn't expect anyone, especially an employee. The woman, stable owner Amy Waters, told detectives she had recently hired 56-year-old Abundio Yasso as horse groomsman, allowing him to live in an RV on the property. Said that their working relationship had become strained due to his frequent drinking and aggression when she asked him to do his job. The incident escalated Tuesday night when Waters noted Yasso had not finished his checklist. Concerned, she and her tenant went to check on Yasso. When they knocked on the door of his RV, drunk, shined a flashlight in their eyes. And so they said, well, you know what, we'll just finish it ourselves. But moments later, he stormed into the barn with a machete.
Ooh.
He first attacked the guy with her who stepped in to protect her. Hawk told deputies after the initial strike he witnessed Yasso hit Waters in the face with the machete, severing her nose completely and causing her to collapse. Now look, no matter what's going on in your day, at the point your nose is severed completely, your day just changed dramatically.
Yeah.
I mean, wow, you talking about sinus issues.
Sense of smell.
I might clear it up, you know. Get in easier with the nose spray. Don't have a lot of boogers stuck in anymore. They just fall right out. The two victims managed to escape and hid in a locked room inside the barn where they called 911. When deputies arrived, Yasso barricaded himself in his RV. Yeah, that's going to work. Yeah. They'll never make it in there. He eventually told officers he attacked Water because he was angry she insulted him. She suffered, of course, the severing of her nose, facial trauma, fractured jawbone. Her friend who stepped in to help her suffered a fracture on his wrist. You bitch. You bitch. A wrist fracture? She's lost a nose, broken jaw. What are you doing? Watching over there? Oh, my wrist hurts. I can't get up.
Probably filming.
You're done. I'm breaking up with you. We're not friends anymore. Out of here with that. No.
I bet he didn't get a raise.
No, he didn't get it. He got booted out. That's what he got. Okay, so the mayor of a town in southern Mexico brutally murdered less than a week after he took office as photos circulated of his severed head sitting on a pickup truck. That's how they do in Mexico. You see, it's a little different. If you get elected there and they don't like you, they just behead you and park it out somewhere on a truck. At least here, we just try to, put you in jail or run you down with their mouth. But, yeah, they're just going to take your head right off. No, but invite the cartel over. It's a good idea. Alexander Arcos, killed on Sunday, just days after he was elected the mayor of Chilpancingo. That's about 170 miles south of Mexico City. Officials confirmed the murder from the gory photos of his decapitated head shared on the messaging platform WhatsApp. Hey, everybody, look at this. Look at my new decoration. It's a hood ornament. Golly. Thunderbird. He said, I want some head. That is not what we were talking about right there. All right, let's...
You're so stressed.
Yeah, let's do that.
With my mouth?
Yeah, I guess so.
Hey, listen, if you have had, a family member die and maybe there is some property involved, maybe you have siblings, maybe you don't all get along, maybe it's a problem. It happens in families. I see it all the time. Someone dies, they don't have a will, they're arguing over this. It can be a real issue. You need somebody who knows what they're doing. I'm going to tell you who it is. It's Kristen Riggin over at Riggin Law, RIGGAN Law.com. Kristen, I've known her for many, many moons. She is an awesome person. But what she does is she understands exactly how the law works and how to help you get what you should be getting. So if you're having to get into it, scrap with family over, who gets what, just stop. Just stop. Just call Kristen Riggin, again, RigginLaw.com, and let her help you. They know what they're doing. You don't, and you might do or say the wrong thing and cause you not to get what you should, and that's a bad look. You don't want that. So what's the weekend about for you guys, Chad? What are you guys going to do this weekend?
Got much plans. Pretty chilled out. Just hang around the house, probably.
Yeah, I'm going to hang around the house. How about yourself, Luke, Alex? What are y'all doing in town this weekend?
What are you doing?
Well, I guess just heading back to Nashville pretty quick.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going to turn around pretty fast and head back.
Yeah, I'll still be in town tonight. I catching up with a couple friends I hadn't seen in a couple years.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'll be kind of turning and burning.
You said you had to get back and you were hanging out with Shinedown playing video games or something, right?
I wish, bro.
Brent and you were going to kick it and play some Call of Duty or something, you said?
He's in Knoxville, not Nashville.
Oh, he's in Knoxville.
Yeah.
So he's close.
Yeah, he's close. You'd be amazed how many rock dudes are kind of either in Nash or close by now.
Yeah, I do believe that. I think everybody's. I don't know how much longer California's got with everybody's bailing from there and moving out of there.
I'll tell you what, just kind of what I've seen, man. Like music's, the hub for music now seems more like Nash than it did L.A. Now L.A.'s turning into the hub for movies and all that. And then like New York's where fashion and all that stuff's going and all that.
Yeah.
But it seems like. Nashville, man, it's not just country no more. Country's only half of it. You know what I'm saying? There's so much other stuff going on.
Yeah, they like to say that about Branson, too, but it's really not true. It's still country as hell. It's still just country and hillbilly Branson. It's not about country. Yes, it is. No, it damn sure is. Yeah. I'm not a fan of Branson. I know a lot of people dig it. I don't. I'm just not. It's not my thing. You know. Yeah, it is a bunch of hillbillies. But I lived in Harrison and I hated it. It's not a good place. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful area, but man, there's some bad things that go on and some people there. Man, I'll never forget. I've told the story before, but I was a manager for Hanks, and my delivery guy was like, "Will you help me on this delivery?" And he goes, "I don't know where I'm going, and it seems kind of weird." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll ride with you, And we pull up. It's in Zinc. Well, if you don't know, that's the KKK.
Yeah.
And I'm like, who sold furniture to the KKK? First of all, that's what I want to know. Second of all, why did you ask me to help you, Dick?
Right.
But we pull up, and they've got the guard shacks, dudes with machine guns standing there, and we stop, and he goes, "We're going to bring a truck up here, and they'll load it from your truck to ours." I was like, "Good, because I'm not coming in." And that was that Constantino wire around. It's like a prison, man. But
Crazy.
apparently, I was vocal enough about not being that way that they had a Ku Klux Klan adopt a highway sign. Where you adopt the highway for litter and stuff. Go figure. They had one, and it kept getting taken.
Oh, well.
And I don't know why, but they came and they came and interrogated me twice. They thought I did. And
Taking the sign?
They thought I was stealing it, because they knew I wasn't down with
a
that.
part with it.
Yeah, and I laughed and I said, "No, I wish I had.
Yeah,
right.
I wish I had stolen it, but I didn't. I didn't steal it. But you can keep asking me, come on back, because it makes me laugh every time I hear it. But yeah, I didn't love that area, and I don't love Branson that much. It's just. I don't like that old. I don't even like going to. What's that? Cracker Barrel. I don't even like going to Cracker Barrel. No, it's too cracker for me. Then I don't need an Andy Griffith lunchbox. What am I doing with that? Come on, man. An 8-track of Freddie Fender and Elvis.
Harrison's
and their one
changing.
song.
Harrison's changing now.
I do understand. I think that it is out. It's going to outrun that. Enough people are dying now that we get rid of the clowns. And move on. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's good times.
I think the whole world's changing, man.
It is. It really has. And it's getting. I think it is changing. You're right. I think people are. Most. It just, as I always say, 10% on either side of the equation are assholes. Mm-hmm. The other 80% of us are cool people just trying to make it through the day, pay our bills, and have a little bit left over to get a beer or something at the end. Does that about sum it up?
Yeah. Yes. I grew up. I grew up in the '60s.
Yeah.
So I was called that walking in the store.
Right.
As a
right.
kid.
Yeah, and that's terrible.
That's horrible. And I don't know. Back then, you just accepted it.
Well, unfortunately,
you had
the choice. You could be. If you didn't, you might be dead.
Yeah.
I mean, that's facts.
And in today's society, man, it's just not. It's not accepted anywhere, but it still happens. Some places.
Sure, yeah. There's, here's the thing about the world. You can't get rid of every a-hole, and there's going to be messed up people with, different. Sometimes too, people have limited experiences, and they come from a complete place of ignorance. And then there's some people that are just assholes. Yeah. And you can't educate an asshole.
Well, I grew up with some of those people too.
Yeah.
I mean. My best friend, his dad was the biggest racist you could ever know.
Yeah.
I ate at the table with him. I changed his whole outlook.
That's good. That's
the day
good.
He died. I mean, I was there every day at his house. We had those jokes.
Yeah.
I ate at the table with him, and his heart softened over the years.
Mm-hmm.
I know that, and I think a lot of people, when they get older, they're like, "Hey, I've been ignorant all my life,"
or they get real crotchety and just really dig into it. The get off my yard guys, you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, it's time to move past all that stuff, and some people try to keep it stirred up more than need be, but I still think, look, if it's 2024 and you're still thinking that because of the way you look or how you were born, you're better than anyone, you can suck it because it ain't true. No. It's just a bad look, and don't do that. Don't be that person. You're better than that.
Right.
We're all better than that.
I will be the guy though. Get off my lawn. When I'm really,
Will you?
Yeah. I can feel that.
I
can feel that coming on.
Get
It
out
don't
my
matter.
yard. Get out my yard.
No, it's not about a color thing. It's just.
I'm
about
kidding,
get off my
man.
lawn.
I'm kidding. We got to get out of here,
you
man.
too.
Falling asleep in your morning shower? We'll wake you up.
Hey, don't forget tomorrow. We've got Patrick's After School Special. That'll air tomorrow afternoon sometime live. And you can see the interview with Mike Baldwin. And meanwhile, I don't know where my taser people are.
Right there.
Are they here?
Yeah.
Go let them in. Go let them in. Are we ready? Yeah, come on. Let's do it. Must be taser time. This is going to happen, people.
Oh, no.
This is going to happen. Yep, they got it. Here we go.
It's a bag.
What's going on, man?
How's it going?
It's going good. It's going good. Well, this is my rescue guy. Where's my taser guy?
I haven't seen him out
You hadn't seen him out there?
Still trying his piece, man.
All right. I tell you what we're going to do. We're going to stop this stream because I haven't seen him either. I don't know if there's a miscommunication or what. Come over here. Walk over here, man. Yeah, just so they can see on the camera. This is my guy right here. Came to help me. He is a former fireman, fire chief, yes. Right? Yeah. And this way a little bit more. There you go. And anyway, he was going to be the one to help me out. And so when I get tased, he's an EMT, and he could, if anything needed to happen. But we don't know where our taser people are. So if they show up, we'll come back live, and you'll be able to see it. Yeah, you just want to jump me? Y'all just want to initiate me into the game?
Yeah, we just bang.
Capacitor in my bike.
Just hook your jumper cables up to my nipples and fire it up? Yeah. I don't know what's up with this. I'm disappointed I'm not getting shocked right now.